to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive right here on Fan Run Radio. We are live in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios today, streaming online, fanrunradio.com, and your free Fan Run app, as well as our Fan Run Sports YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody, however you may be listening, podcast listeners out there. Keep on doing your thing. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bob Baskerville. Bear and Walker Smith, no relation. Another 3-hour tour starts right now here on Fan Run Radio. We got Aaron Torres coming up here in just a few minutes. Ryan Sylvia of Rocky Top Insider in hour number 2. Josh Elander going to join us on the show tomorrow. Very excited about that, as we will be, I believe, 3 weeks from first pitch UT baseball tomorrow.
Sounds right.
Wow. Fast approaching, man. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. We will be live tomorrow at the grand opening of the Casual Pint, Lenoir City. Come on out and see us. Lenoir City, West Knoxville. Show up, represent. Brand new business. We want to give them the Fan Run bump. Stop by. Have a pint. Grab yourself something to eat. Maybe a 6-pack to go. Whatever you want. Come out, see us. We'll be on Highway 321, Lenoir City, right across from Gold's Gym tomorrow from 3 until 6 p.m. Do we have a latest weather update as far as the snow that may or may not be coming, the ice that may or may not be coming this weekend?
I know there's been an updated Euro model that dropped.
And
I don't know that much has changed. I mean, I think there's a lot of
the Euro model is the one that says we're going to get hammered, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Here's what this is on weather.com. For Knoxville, Saturday, watching a potential winter storm. Mainly cloudy in the morning, then a mix of wintry precipitation expected during the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 100%. Snow and ice accumulations less than 1 inch.
Well, that's not according to the Euro. They're saying this storm is drifting slightly south with cold and snow. And according to their graphic, we're not going to get walloped, but we're gonna get grazed. It looks like it, but if this thing shifts south very much at all, we're going to get hammered. I mean, absolutely hammered.
So somewhere between less than an inch and we're going to get hammered.
But they need to hunker down up north. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that coming, and it's not supposed to start until early Saturday morning at the earliest, right?
Yes.
So this doesn't affect tomorrow. So no excuses, no unexcused absences. We expect to see you at the Casual Pint, Lenoir City, ladies and gentlemen.
The other thing is, and nothing has changed about this forecast, the air coming in behind it, whether we get hit with snow or not, it's going to be really, really damn cold.
Yeah.
It's coming up next week.
What's kind of wild is they're projecting the forecasted high for Sunday to be 43 degrees. Okay, and so
I can live with that.
Yeah, you got to imagine that.
Well, the
freezing rain won't be freezing, but then to your point, Bear, starting Monday, buckle up.
Yeah, because anything that's on the ground is going to be frozen solid.
So the question is, will we have school Monday?
I'm saying take the under on school. Yeah.
I mean, did they let them out for the win? I know it's just a touchy subject with you. These two guys probably haven't seen you flip out, lose it over the whole school thing.
No, I don't lose it. This generation is soft. This generation of parents is soft. We allow it to happen. And kids need to be in school. They need to be out of the house. They need to be learning, sometimes in harsh conditions. Yes, they need to have a little danger in their lives. Is that bus going to slide over the side of the ravine? I don't know. Take a chance. Find out. We did. We made it, most of us, and we're doing all right, man. We can't keep coddling these kids and expect them to take care of us when we're old and gray.
I mean, they did let him out, Bob, because it was going to be windy.
Remember that? No, I do remember.
A little windy.
And
little wind.
Didn't they end up having to go an extra day of school at the end of the school
That
year?
was the most miserable.
Because they
When you used up all your snow days
they
and you
wasted that day on the.
You ended up owing the school.
So what do you do, Russ? Do you tell your kids just go get out there, go over to school
Yes.
anyway?
But no. I mean, if there's nobody there, I don't send them. But
Go sit outside.
one of my kids popped their head in the door while I was sound asleep earlier this week. It's like, Dad, can I have a ride to school? It's like, what? I'm like, what is it? Is it snowing? Is it raining? I'm like, what? I'm like, no, it's 26 degrees outside. I was like, well, sorry, kiddo. I don't know what to tell you. Get yourself a coat, a pair of gloves, and hoof it.
Yeah, I know you bought them. You know that you bought them everything they need to survive.
I mean, my kids will not grow up soft. Full stop.
The Smith children.
No, they're going to have a level of toughness. Actually, they're spoiled rotten. But nevertheless, we'll keep an eye on the events of this weekend, and we'll see what impact, if any, it has on Tennessee basketball as we get set to go down and play Alabama's semi-pro pickup team.
Are they really going to let the Bediako kid play? I mean, honestly, this is they're really going to let this guy play.
I remember a breath freshener called Banaka.
Yeah.
Not
I
Bediako.
don't know who Bediako is.
Bediako is what it's
Bediako.
Yes.
Huh. All right. This kid's really going to play.
That's what Alabama says. Their statement was that we support him, and it was really funny. It was just like a 1 or 2 sentence statement. We support Charles Bediako's efforts to continue his education and basketball career.
Well, something I noticed, because I went digging through comments on a couple of those that were talking about it, and I picked up real quick, there's not a small number of Alabama fans who are like, this is a horrible look for us.
Have you now? I'm doing some fishing here. This guy does seem legit. Works for Bet Saracen. He is pulling up. Yeah, there are some rumors out there that the judge, have you seen this, that ruled in this case is an active donor for Alabama.
Roll down Tide.
Again, is it Judge Updike? Is that who we're in front of now?
No, I have no idea, but I'm
His cousin.
I am
Jimmy Updike.
active donor on the Crimson Tide Foundation website. You can find it there. I'm continuing to verify here, but would that track?
It would, but why? I mean, that just tells you how crazy this is.
You're still standing by, Bob, your position that Rick Barnes would not go down this road if the shoe were on the other foot.
Yeah, we texted last night, as a matter of fact, and I to be clear, it wasn't like a big formal conversation, but he was just saying he was getting blown up yesterday by all sorts of his coaching fraternity. I'm sure everybody. I think they're up in arms about it. I don't think he'd do it. I don't think he would do it.
It's funny to see some of the Dan Hurley yesterday. I think Mark Pope.
Oh, Pope.
After the game last night was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
When the head basketball coach at Kentucky is saying, hey, look, like I'm all for finding loopholes, competitive advantages wherever you can find them, but maybe this is not in the best interest of the game, not in the spirit of competitive excellence or whatever. When the head coach of Kentucky basketball is sending that message, maybe we've crossed a bridge too far.
Well, I still cannot believe he said that into a microphone. When did he make that statement, Bob?
Yesterday. You talking about Nate Oates?
Yeah.
It was right after the James Najee situation, the kid from Baylor, that's at Baylor, I should say. He wasn't from Baylor. He's from the G League. And
nobody can say anymore that we don't know who Nate Oates is.
Yeah.
He is who we thought he was.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Bammer through and through.
Roll down Tide.
How many minutes do you think that kid plays on Saturday?
That's what we talked about yesterday.
I mean, Jeff Goodman was saying that from everything he's heard, they fully intend to play him.
Right. Here's the other thing I was thinking about on my way in is, I know everybody's win at all costs now and everything, but still, a basketball team is so much different from a football team in that there are fewer players, obviously, and so the relationships are just always a lot tighter. Everybody knows everybody. There are cliques on a football team, right? You might have DBs that never interact with any of the offensive linemen. A basketball team, you got 13 players. Everybody knows everybody. You know their families. It's very close-knit. And I just wonder, what it does to team chemistry when you've got your frontline guys, and maybe they're not getting the job done, but you've been working out with these guys since the summertime. You're a team. You've gone through your ups and downs. And now here comes a guy like, he wasn't on the team last year. He's been gone for 2 years.
He's been gone for three seasons. I mean, so there's nobody on that team that even has played with him.
So he's just going to walk in and displace whoever the starting center. Like, what does that do to locker room chemistry?
Yeah.
Like, maybe they're fine with it. They're all secure in it, but maybe there's also some, hey, like, wait a minute. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
We've been
and by the
working
way,
hard.
How much y'all paying him? How much is he getting paid?
It's a great question.
Oh, he's just doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
It's education, man. He's a student
plays
athlete.
Jingle bells.
Yeah, it's he was on that 23 team that was ranked number 1 in the country at one point, and
They came up here and got beat.
yeah, but they were good defensively back then too, and he was part of it. And he's kind of, I think you mentioned yesterday, there's a good analog maybe between him and Felix Akpara. It's kind of that type of player.
Now, he didn't put up real flashy numbers, but I imagine I can't remember him. If he's just a rim protector, and, that doesn't really show up on your individual stats, the fact that you alter shots and
That's how this Alabama team always is. They've got offense. They're not very formidable inside, and this has to help them. There's no doubt.
that, and if you catch them on a night where they're cold from three,
yeah.
you can run them out of the gym.
Tennessee yesterday on social media releasing video from Derek Owings' first workout with the Vols, Tennessee football's new strength and conditioning coordinator from Indiana. And
he looks serious.
okay, well, here we go. You got a 30-second clip, and already we're making big sweeping pronouncements about Tennessee. The boys looked focused. They looked tough.
Oh, no, I just saw Walker showed me the picture with him and Heupel, and it took me a sec to realize Josh Heupel's a really big guy, and this Owings guy's he's a lot bigger than Heupel.
He said, you don't go to war being soft.
Yes. God, I love it. That's what
15-0.
he needs.
Were we back?
He needs to come in here.
I don't know. I just it's music. That was the one thing. We had a soft team. I mean, we all know it. Fans, us, people, everybody in media, former players.
I mean, I saw that
A
video.
soft team this year.
I mean, I know it's condensed video and everything, but I was actually kind of surprised that he was already throwing down on him.
Got to, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure there was some.
It's time to go. It's go time.
There was some barfing going on.
Oh,
over
New
there.
sheriff in town.
Put those trash cans out. Let's go run. Let's go lift. Pick up something heavy.
You really think the basketball team likes to see Garrett and Maitenwald heading their way in the middle of, when they're in summer?
Well, I do think it's interesting that we saw that video, and Kurt Schmidt famously or infamously never gave an interview while he was here. Like, he just, I guess that was his thing, is like he preferred to work in the background, didn't want any accolades or attention on him. And day one, first workout, well, first of all, like, they had a crew go down there on the PJ to pick him up. They had videos of him coming to Knoxville, and then videos from the first workout.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's something that Heupel wanted to focus on. It's like, hey, let's put ourselves out there, show the work that we're doing, or if that's just Tennessee's video department getting an opportunity where they weren't getting opportunities before with Kurt Schmidt. But Tennessee fans love their video content from behind the scenes, and we got some of that yesterday.
Absolutely.
Coming up, our old pal Aaron Torres joins the festivities from Fox Sports Radio. We'll get his thoughts on the Bediako situation and what it means in the larger context of modern college athletics. Ryan Sylvia of Rocky Top Insider. Lady Vols got a big one tonight. We'll talk with him about that game. A lot to get to here this afternoon on The Drive. We pause for our first time out of the show, and we're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Back here on The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Russell and Bob back with you. Baron Walker through the glass this afternoon, and Aaron Torres is on the phone line. Of course, you hear him weekends here on Fox Sports Knoxville. Aaron, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good, gentlemen. How we doing?
Hey, man, we are doing very well. Hope you are. Always good to speak with you on our first visit of 2026, which promises to be a momentous year in the world of college athletics. Aaron, before we get into some hoops, your thoughts on the eligibility crisis in college sports right now, the Bediako situation, the kid down at Baylor, Trinidad Chambliss, Joey Aguilar, guys suing for extra eligibility. Who should be able to play? How long should they be able to play? And where does it end? Is there any route, should there be any route for kids who have played professionally to come play in college?
Oh, well, I mean, that's literally 15 different questions in one. So I'll try to be as baseline as I can be. Every circumstance is a little bit different. I'll be totally honest. There's so many eligibility cases right now. The Joey Aguilar, that was on my to-do list over the next couple of days. I really haven't looked into that one that much. Trinidad Chambliss, I don't think has an argument, but he's going to fight it. I'll say this, and so we can go in a lot of different directions, but the Bediako one is really the one that I think it's just really important, right? So like the Baylor kid, okay, like to be clear for any Alabama fan that thinks I'm picking on them or the media's picking on them, I didn't like that one either. But the precedent was set, like he never signed with an NBA team. He was drafted. He was in Europe, whatever, and we've let these other European pros in. But weeks ago, the NCAA came out and said that anyone who has played in an NBA game or signed any form of NBA contract is not eligible. So this notion that this is somehow the same as Baylor, it just isn't. And not only is it not something that is the same as Baylor, let me take it a step further. We don't get to use the word cheater in college basketball and college football very often anymore because there are no rules. But the NCAA has made it explicitly clear that this player is not eligible. So the difference between Baylor and Alabama is that Baylor actually did get the player cleared. Alabama did not get the player cleared by the NCAA and is going to play him anyway because of a court order. So we can take it in whatever direction you want. But while Alabama fans want to tell you this is the exact same thing, and in many cases the Baylor situation is worse, it's actually the exact opposite. It is much different. And, we can get into the slippery slope stuff of if Bediako does play, what it even means for eligibility going forward. But this is kind of the one that will break the camel's proverbial back if he decides to play and if the NCAA throws up its hands and does nothing about it.
Hey, Aaron, really appreciate you hopping on as always. Staying on that topic, I find this one interesting too because of the nature, it's my understanding, the nature of the temporary restraining order will prohibit, for example, say Bediako plays on Saturday against Tennessee, Alabama wins the game, and even if he's ruled ineligible after that, that there's no repercussions for that game that he played in. So it'll count if it's a win, count if it's a loss, etc. My question to you is, do you feel there's like any recourse whatsoever that could happen down the line? Like when the NCAA tournament selection committee starts to evaluate some of this stuff. Is there a possibility? It doesn't mean Alabama would. I don't imagine a world where Alabama gets removed from the tournament, but could it? They would have the power to impact their seeding or their destination, or do we think it starts to get kind of? I want to say petty, but man, there's got to be some sort of repercussion if this ends up happening.
Well, Mark Pope said it after Kentucky's game last night, and, my AD at University of Connecticut, David Benedict, a good Connecticut man, said it yesterday. I understand that the restraining order says, you cannot do harm to Alabama. Well, what is harm, right? I mean, isn't the whole – this is the part that I don't understand because I have idiots like – and I'll say a name – idiots like Seth Davis tweeting at me, do you not understand how the restraining order works? Seth, first of all, you didn't go to law school, buddy. Take a deep breath. But two, if the whole everything that we're arguing is that everything that is written on paper is up for debate. How long should a person be eligible to play? Does junior college count towards an NCAA clock? Does this count? Does that count? So my argument would be, if I was a lawyer, could you not argue that the temporary restraining order says you cannot harm Alabama in any way? Well, I would just go to court and say it's not harming Alabama. They're still able to take to court. They're still able to get revenue. The win just doesn't count in the win-loss column. I mean, the whole concept of everything we're doing is taking common sense and shoving it out the window. So to me, if I was at the NCAA, I'd say, this is an ineligible player. If you play him, you forfeit the game. And then when Alabama wants to take me to court, guys, guess what? Two things are going to happen. One, I'm going to kick the can down the road 2 months until he's no longer eligible. And two, I'm going to get into court and say, well, I didn't harm Alabama. Why do you think I harmed Alabama? Because, again, the whole concept of all of this is everything that we think is common sense isn't actually common sense. And I would just argue I'm not harming Alabama. But listen, will anything happen? I don't know. And I'll say this really quickly is like, I know everybody wants to blame the NCAA for everything. And I know so much of this is based on the fact that they dragged their feet for so long on what were obviously changes that were eventually coming. They're clearly trying to put just the most minimum baseline rules in place. And you have guys like Nate Oates blowing past them. So it's like, everybody wants to blame the NCAA for everything. They're doing what they can.
Sure.
All they're asking is for like, hey, there's a pool of literally tens of thousands of players that you can choose from. Just don't choose that guy. Oh, you're going to choose that guy. Okay, I don't know what the NCAA is supposed to be doing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, how do you govern those who refuse to be governed? I mean, it's
right. Great call.
You can't do it right now. We're talking with Aaron Torres, Fox Sports Radio this afternoon. AT, looking at the game of college hoops, all these issues in college sports, it's funny. People say, oh, college sports are broken, the college sports are dead, and yet the stadiums are sold out, the arenas are sold out, TV ratings never been higher. We're all watching it. I look at the big picture college hoops. Pretty much everybody has an L now as we approach about 20 games in for everybody except Arizona and Nebraska.
Yeah.
Who stands out to you as the best teams in college hoops here about the halfway point, and maybe who's a disappointment or two?
Well, best team, Arizona has earned it. 19-0. Now, the toughest part of their Big 10, the Big 12 schedule is going to come up. They have some crazy 5-game stretch. I think they play at Kansas, at Houston, BYU, Texas Tech, I believe, in a 5-game stretch. And that doesn't include at BYU next Monday. I was just looking at the schedule today, so I know. So their toughest part of the schedule is still to come. But, they're the only team to beat UConn. Beat a bunch of other good teams in the out-of-conference, beat Florida, who's now looking good. So I would say Arizona's a deserved number one. I still think Michigan is awesome. They were in the same Vegas tournament as Tennessee. I know they didn't play Tennessee, but they took one loss, wasn't a big deal, whatever. I still think they're the top of the sport. And, I will say I think there's about 8 teams that are really good enough to win it, which I think is a bigger group than I've previously thought. I would put Houston in that mix. I'd put BYU in that mix. I don't know if I'd put anyone from the SEC in that mix. That remains to be seen. Duke, I would put in that mix as well. As far as disappointing, it's an ever-evolving thing. You would have said 8 days ago that Tennessee would be, or that Kentucky would be in that mix, but they've won now 4 straight. They're dealing with some injuries. St. John's was struggling. They're now 5-1 in league play. So, I don't know that I'm sure I'm maybe missing somebody that was just like, by the way, I would have put Florida in that mix until about 2 weeks ago. So I'm sure there's somebody that I'm missing bigger picture, maybe UCLA out here on the West Coast with Mick Cronin, who can't stop whining about everything. But, for the most part, listen, here's the truth for us is that the best schools with the most money are going to get the best players. And generally when you have the best players, you're going to figure it out. And so I would argue that I don't know that anybody jumps out as like a crazy underachiever. And here's the other good thing too, Russ. When you do have the best players and you still can't figure it out, you just go to the G League and the NBA to find more good players. So apparently that's what we're doing now. But maybe I missed somebody. I can't think of anybody huge that feels like they're totally whatever.
Yeah, the team that's, just to put a bow on that topic, the team that's caught my eye the last couple of weeks, and their only loss has come to Tennessee. It feels like Houston, their freshmen have gotten better. They're dialed in, man. I could see another Final Four run for those guys.
They're so good. Yeah, no, and I was actually at that Tennessee game in Vegas. And, it's kind of funny because the thing that I thought would be their weakness has kind of become their strength, which is that basically they play freshmen, and they've been a team that's, kind of that cliche, almost like Indiana football, 5th, 6th-year seniors. Maybe they're not going to be great NBA players, but they're really good college players. Their 2 best players are arguably freshmen, and it's kind of the veterans that have taken a back seat. So I don't know. They're an interesting one, but they seem to be steamrolling through the Big 12 like always.
Aaron, switching gears here a little bit. I see where you talked about this on your podcast this week. Cody Campbell, the eccentric billionaire benefactor of all things Texas Tech athletics, says Alabama is, quote, too broke to compete in modern college football. Where is this talk coming from? Is he correct?
Where's the talk coming from? It's a good question. My thought is that I'd be kind of curious from your guys' perspective too, because I know that Tennessee was kind of really an early adapter to NIL. We know clearly about the Nico situation, whatever. Let me switch gears before I talk Alabama.
Sure.
And I've seen a lot of talk about Danny White this and all that. Where do you guys deem Tennessee to be at? Because clearly, listen, they've recruited high-profile players, number one quarterback in 2026, all of that. Are they in a good place? Are they in a bad place? Or have they scaled back? It's interesting to just think about, like, Tennessee was one of those early adapters to this new world, and it doesn't feel like they get talked about quite the same way they did maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
If we're just talking about how much money does your school and booster apparatus have to throw at players to get talent, I think that Tennessee, by and large, like relatively speaking, is in a pretty good spot. But I think there is a gap between Tennessee and maybe Alabama's in this group too, and Texas Tech, Miami. Sure. Help me out, Bob. Who are the other?
A&M, Texas,
Ohio State, maybe
Ohio
Michigan.
State.
I think Indiana now.
Yeah, I mean there seems to be a separate, like the schools with an unlimited or close to unlimited budget, and then Tennessee's in that group where they've got money, but it's not unlimited, and so Josh Heupel, Rick Barnes have to make some hard calls in how they're going to distribute what they do have.
Yeah, and to go back to the Bama thing, I think some of the stuff is overblown. Like, and Bob might have better perspective on this than I do about Indiana. Like, the Mark Cuban thing was kind of known for a while that, if you're like in the weeds on this stuff, he had never donated to Indiana athletics before Kurt Cignetti got there, and then he started donating, and that became, Mark Cuban is funding the entire football program, and it's the only reason that they're good. And so when you talk about Bama, when you talk about even Tennessee, if you want to kind of lump them in, what I do think the Indiana thing proved to me is that, like, I do think being smart and being selective in the portal, like, is as important as just who you take, how you take them, when you take them, things like that. It's just that, the defensive back from Akron might not be the sexiest name in the portal, but it's like, what role is he coming to play? Is he cornerback one? Whatever. Like, I'm just using that as an example where, like, again, the guys that Indiana got out of the portal outside of Mendoza, it was like, a defensive lineman from Kent State that turned into an All-American, a bunch of guys from JMU, et cetera. So I talked about it because it was an interesting quote, and I certainly think the schools that have more money will be at an advantage, but I think it's still going to be about, identifying the right guys out of high school, retaining the right guys once they get into your program, and then supplementing them through the portal. I still think that's going to be key, so I think that applies to Bama. I think it applies to Tennessee. I think it applies to Georgia. I think it applies to a lot of schools.
Aaron, you're a well-rounded sports guy, and we talk about this Indiana story, and I mean, obviously it's been the biggest buzz coming off the heels of that national championship game Monday night. And I'll ask you, we've been talking about it amongst ourselves, can you think of a bigger or an equivalent story in sports, not just college football, but in sports, in terms of such a massive turnaround in just literally less than 2 calendar years?
Well, no, there is none. And I know everyone's trying to rack their brain. There is none. This was the worst program in major college football. And I think even if you want to talk about the changes to the sport, again, go back and like this is the part that drives me crazy about the Indiana story. Well, with the portal and NIL, like, dude, most of their best players came with Kurt Cignetti from James Madison. Like, this wasn't, Steve Sarkisian gets to Texas with the Texas, money checkbook and just starts buying. It's so far from that. And so what I will say is this, is I do think there is a lot of renewed hope in college football that if Indiana can do it, why can't my school? And I do think there is something to that. I would also say I do think Kurt Cignetti just might be a one out of one, once in a lifetime outlier. And I'll give you guys a quick example. And if I'm going long, cut me off, whatever. But, I remember doing national radio, like when the Steph Curry Warriors were kind of coming up and everybody was like, oh, well, they shoot a lot of threes. So we need to shoot a lot of threes. And then everybody was trying to shoot threes. And it's like, okay, you can shoot a lot of threes. Do you have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, two of the 5 greatest shooters of all time? No, you don't. Then you're not the Warriors. I'm sorry, okay? And, so I think it's good for college football that this Indiana story has happened. I think it should give a lot of people hope. But I don't think now, next year, whoever, Kansas is going to win a national championship. And then the year after, Mississippi State is just because if you get the right coach in this era, you can win it. I do think he's a one-of-one outlier. I don't think they're going anywhere. There's anything even close to that I'm aware of.
Hey, Aaron, really appreciate the time this afternoon, my man. Thanks for jumping on. Always a pleasure. Tell everybody what you're working on and where they can find you.
Yeah, the Aaron Torres podcast every day. We go live about 11 a.m. Eastern every day. A lot of college football, obviously, this time of year, a lot of college basketball. And then, I'm on Fox Sports Radio every Saturday night when there's no Vols games. So you can hear me, I guess it would be 11 Eastern to 2 a.m. Eastern on Fox Sports Radio on this very station. So you literally don't even have to change your dial.
Must hear radio. Aaron, thanks, my man. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron Torres, one more time on the show this afternoon. Let's open up the phone lines here. 865-966-3435, your phone number. Get on board, 966-3435. If you want to call or text the program this afternoon, you can also comment on our YouTube feed. We'll read some caller and listener reaction coming up when we continue next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Hey, craft beer fans, join us this Friday afternoon for a live broadcast of The Drive at the grand opening of the Casual Pint's newest location on Highway 321 in Lenoir City. We'll be broadcasting live from 3 to 6, celebrating East Tennessee's newest craft beer paradise, the Casual Pint, Lenoir City. Come on out and sample a cold beverage and try something from their full food menu featuring brats, burgers, pizzas, and wings. They've got over 30 beers on tap with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs and stouts, porters, and brown ales. Want something to go? Check out their singles cooler and create your own six-pack or get a growler fill on your way out the door. It's the grand opening of the Casual Pint Lenoir City, live this Friday from 3 to 6 here on Fan Run Radio, Highway 321 in Lenoir City. Be there.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles, unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio. Hey, we got another Fan Run listener watch party coming up Saturday night, weather permitting, down at the old Barley's in the Old City. Come on out and watch Tennessee and Bama with us. I'll say this, man. The last time we had a watch party for Tennessee basketball at Barley's?
Is it Houston?
Houston, we did not have a problem that night.
No, we didn't.
That was a fun night, too. I was there. We had the big screen downstairs, people eating pizza, drinking beers, watching the Vols play really well. So,
what happened to that bunch that played that night? They put together two strong halves, I felt like. I mean, it had its moments.
It's the same group. It's the same players. Our backcourt did not turn the ball over. We made a ton of free throws, and we guarded the hell out of them.
What happened? That's where I'm at.
We started turning the ball over, missing
Houston's
our free throws,
the best.
and not guarding anybody.
I mean, right now, Houston's a 1 seed, right? They haven't lost since that game.
No, they're playing really well.
I mean, they were one of the best basketball teams in the country. It's just baffling.
17-1, rated 4th on KenPom.
They're good, man. That's what that's why I brought them up. I think they're as good as anybody right now. They're dialed in, and how's that going to feel like if they win the national title? It's like, yeah, we beat them, but
probably similar to when we beat those incredible Florida teams with Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
The only team to beat them, I feel like, consistently.
Shout out to everybody watching along on YouTube this afternoon, the Fan Run Sports channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to us there. Really appreciate it. One and only one on YouTube says, I don't like this or the portal mess, but as a former player, I'm going at his ass. So UT Big Man, this is your chance to show the league what you can do. Bediako gets in there. We go at him.
Well, I mean, who we sending?
No, I mean, I think he was thinking pound it into Jalen Carey and take it right at him. Maybe even Akpara.
I don't know. I mean, those guys can't finish around the rim right now, especially Carey. He was horrible last time out. He's got to get it together. If
you
we're
think
gonna
that's
do anything?
You think that's a one-off for Carey, just bad luck, or do you think he's?
I don't know, Bob. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm just looking here. I'm trying to rattle up Carey's numbers besides that game.
I'm afraid that, he's one of the people that if we're going to go anywhere and do anything this season, he's going to have to play a lot better than he's been playing.
It's a bit of an outlier. I mean, we talked about this yesterday. He is shooting 36% from the field in SEC play, which is not a great number considering where he shoots. But against Texas A&M, he had 10 points, 9 boards, 3 of 6 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line. I'd take that with Carey. Even he was 3 of 9 against Florida, 12 points. I don't think you go away from him is what I'm getting at. It's just we got to hope he can shoot better. The challenge is, can he shoot like he did at the line against A&M, where 4 of 6, I would take that from him all night long. I mean, that's about as good as we're going to get from him.
What about going small? We've had the week off. You know, Barnes has talked openly about he doesn't want to go small, but he's had to a couple times because the bigs aren't getting it done. We've seen some of the data, some of the analytics that show that we've actually played better in the very small sample size that we have played small.
Sure.
Talking about Nate Ament playing the 4.
Yeah.
You know, you've had a week off. Is this an opportunity, especially playing Alabama that isn't very good in the post, to, I mean, maybe give Nate a start at the 4, bring in Amari Evans to start, bring in somebody else to get a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker, and see how that looks for a game instead of just a little spurt here or there.
So what's been our small lineup, Bob?
They've done they've done 3 guards. They would go out. Most of the time it's been where it was really working well was against A&M. It was Okpara, Ament, Troy Henderson, Boswell, and Jacoby. So, and I would say in normal circumstances against Alabama, that can work because they don't rebound well, okay? That said, they just added a 7-footer. And the other question is they have a kid, Taylor Bowen is his name. He's 6'10", and he's been hurt. If he's out, then it's really down to Bediako and this other kid, Aiden Sherrill, and he's about 6'11". It just depends on what Oates would do. I think it's situational, but yeah, I think there's an opportunity. But more importantly, we got to guard the perimeter better than we did against Kentucky. My God, man, in the second half of that game, they torched us from 3, and no secret.
Alabama's better than they are.
Yeah, that's what Alabama does every single game.
LeBaron Philon is watching that tape and licking his chops this week.
Yep, and then Reitzel can shoot it. Aiden Holloway can shoot it. Those guys all they're all legitimate 3-point threats. So going small from that standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, kind of makes sense because otherwise you're going to force somebody out to the perimeter like we've had to do sometimes, like even Felix going out to the perimeter, and that's a problem. He does pretty good for his size, but you don't want that to be a regular thing.
Seems like a good way to get him into foul trouble.
So all those words to say, I think the prospect of going smaller, that's definitely interesting for moments. I don't see it being the whole game plan. That just, we're not built that way yet.
We really think we're gonna turn on that game Saturday, and they're rolling him out there.
Who?
Bediako.
That's what everybody's saying. I mean,
Bediako.
Yeah, they've said he's going to play. Just the question is, how much? Is it going to be 8 to 10 minutes? Is it going to be 15 minutes? We don't know.
By the way, one other thought I had in talking to Aaron Torres, and he was talking about Arizona, how good they are. Of course, when you think of Arizona, you think of Tobe Awaka, who's having a really nice year again for them. Braden Burries is a 5-star guard freshman who we recruited, and I'm pretty sure finished second to Arizona, if not second. Like, we were in his final group. He visited here, and we were in it deep for him. I know he's had some nice games for them. Would he? How would he be fitting in here? Would Barnes have him buried just because he's learning defense and culture and all that stuff behind Boswell, or do you think he would turn that guy loose and he would be giving us more of an offensive punch?
I think he'd be starting. There's no doubt.
How would that change us? Would he be better?
I think
a couple of these games.
Well, I think Burries. We're going to find out with Arizona because I think Jaden Bradley is injured too, and
he's gonna
have to run point.
All these guys, man, all these shooting guards, the guy at Louisville, of course, Cam Carr, Ray Rice, who's hurt now, Burries, all these guys that could have been ours.
Sidney Rice,
Ray Rice,
Rodney Rice,
Rodney Rice. Ray Rice was
but Rodney Rice is he's out. He's out for the year. So.
Yeah, we didn't know that at the time.
No,
butterfly effect. Maybe he doesn't tear his ACL.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe he doesn't.
No, I don't know about that.
Or maybe I think just
basketball butterfly effect.
I think Duke Miles is the guy I wish we had.
Yeah, he's the other.
Because we could have afforded him.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodney Rice came in asking for a crazy amount of money right off the heels of us getting Jacoby and Nate. So I understand why that.
And why didn't we
happen.
get the kid we could afford?
Don't know.
Well, Miles was a weird one, right? I mean, he committed to A&M and then backed off and then committed somewhere else, I think, before he just kind of landed at Vandy.
Now, it was A&M, and he visited here, as I recall. He did a visit, but it was very quick. He visited here and then went to Vandy and signed with Vandy. It was like, I don't know if it was a courtesy visit.
But wasn't he committed to A&M at some point?
He was. That's what I said. He was committed to A&M, and then he
had a lot of
backed
suitors
out of it. Yeah. That's the one. That's the guy I would have liked to have.
Could have really helped us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, McNeely maybe. McNeely's been good at Louisville, but he's also, I don't think, allowed to really cook like he could have done here at Louisville because they got so many mouths to feed offensively. I don't know. It's you mentioned Tobe Awaka. You know, he is like one of the top per game rebounders in the country right now. I mean, now again, we got a lot of those guys anyway, but
he's always been a freak, an anomaly, even back to his freshman year here.
Yeah,
like how many? Like it was this wild stat with him when he was actually in the game. The percentage of rebounds that he got, where it was just spiked compared to the other nine guys on the floor.
That would have helped us against Kentucky, obviously, but he can also. I mean, he had a great game against Alabama a couple of weeks ago. And, I mean, he can score around the rim. He's not a guy that you're just going to throw it in there and, hey, go do your thing. But he's a great garbage man. He cleans up, put backs.
He's got a decent mid-range shot, too.
Yeah, but the stuff that Akpara isn't doing right now that's driving Rick Barnes crazy. You saw that quote after the game. It's like, man, if he will just hang out around the rim and score on lobs and putbacks, he'll just fall into 10 points a game every single night. And for some reason, he's not doing it. Tobe does that.
And nobody ever accused that guy being soft either.
Tobe's top 5 nationally in offensive rebounds per game. We're good at that. I mean, again, I bemoan the additional guards more than anything. I actually still believe we've got enough with our big men. They just aren't doing it.
I agree. Yeah,
that's it.
That's why. I mean, that's why I brought that. I would rather have Burries than Tobe.
Yeah,
I'd love to have Tobe, but we are a shooter short, as a wise man once said. Coastal Vols says it'd be a great year to have Urosh out there to harvest an ACL for the good of the sport.
That or just clothesline somebody. He pretty much punched that Russian kid.
Hey, Coast is a different. Oh, it's Tampa Vol on Twitter, by the way, who had the visual representation, the collage of the list of awesome things Bear hates.
It's brilliant,
fantastic work.
I think.
Hats off. That was
standing ovation.
Yeah, go check if you need to. If you can't find it with Tampa Vol, go to check. Russ and I both reposted it.
There's some stuff on there. It's time that it came down.
Like what?
There's a growing, and it's not just me. There's some things on there that are definitely not awesome. And number one on that list with a lot of Tennessee fans is Tom Brady.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
I heard he wasn't great.
He struggled.
There's a difference. I'm not talking about his football skill. He's not awesome, though.
Would you say his football skill was awesome?
No. I wouldn't.
All right.
There's some strange stuff you really dig into him at Michigan.
Yeah.
The truth is out there.
All right, stay with us. The drive continues. Fan Run Radio. Hour number 2 coming up.
The Drive.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The Voluntary Reaction will be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair wants to make sure your vehicle is as ready as you are. The last thing you want to do is spend your time on the side of the road waiting on a tow truck. No. Schedule an appointment at Matlock Tire to have your vehicle checked out before you go. Tires and batteries, belts and hoses, fluids and filters, even the AC. Visit Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair in Lenoir City, Athens, Maryville, and Kingston Pike in West Knoxville. Schedule your appointment online at MatlockTireService.com. Matlock Tire, keeping you on the road since 1953.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated. You're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio, and we start, as always, with the Top 4 at 4. It's brought to you this afternoon by the Casual Pint, Lenoir City, where we'll be tomorrow doing the thing live from 3 to 6 here on Fan Run. Walker Smith, what do you got?
At number 1, Tennessee has 2 players listed in On3's top 100 college football players for 2026. The 2 are now number 53 edge Chaz Coleman and number 98 wide receiver Braylon Staley, with cornerback Ty Redmond being ranked just outside the top 100 at number 101.
We got some players.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Redmond's one of the ones I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops next year, because he got kind of thrown into the fire, thrown to the wolves, however you want to call it. But
all those guys, I mean, can Metcalf or DeJuan Lane come in and have that kind of impact? Where's Arion Carter at? You know, I mean, like, he'd probably be on that list if he hadn't been so banged up this past year. The Campbell kid, Mike Matthews. There's a 5-star.
Yeah.
You know, like, catch the ball better. That's something to be if he catches the ball better next year, like he's in this conversation. Deshaun Bishop,
Bulk up some.
You think Bishop needs to bulk up?
Yeah, a little bit.
He's pretty big, dude.
He's a load.
Yeah.
Almost wonder if he could
get a little
slim
faster.
down. Yeah, pick up shave off 1/100th of a second on that 40 time.
We'll see.
That picture of him without his shirt on before fall camp that everybody got kind of weird about.
Only ones.
Yeah.
It's like, dang. Sean ain't skipping leg day.
No, he's a big dude.
And just imagine now that we have Derek Owings, or D.O., as they're calling him.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
the complex.
Could get a lot faster. At number 2, Coach Kim and the number 17 Lady Vols have their toughest test in the SEC play yet tonight as Tennessee hosts the number 11 Kentucky Wildcats at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tip-off is at 6:30 and will be showing on the SEC network. The Lady Vols are a 3.5-point favorite.
I want us to hammer them harder than that snowstorm's going to hammer that state come Saturday.
Wow.
Lady Vols, 3.5-point favorite there.
Yep.
This could be a statement game. It's an opportunity for Kimmy and the Lady Vols.
By the way, Walker, I'm so glad that we finally killed off Bear and Houston's lame attempt to dub Kim Caldwell Coach K. Took a while, but I feel like that's finally dead.
I lost, when Houston left it. It was hard.
Coach Kim.
Coach Kim.
Kimmy Hundo.
Coach Kim.
What do you expect tonight?
Bob's going to be in attendance tonight.
He is.
Yeah, that's a late breaking news story.
Don't seem so excited, Bob.
No, it'll be fine. It's just it's a 6:30 start. It's going to be a mad scramble to get there. That's all.
Well, yeah, we don't get off till 6.
Oh, well, I do.
Bob's going to get there late and leave early.
By the way, I'm just looking. The name Kimmy Hundo, they've only scored 100 once this season.
One time.
Yeah, that's her name. Once you get a nickname, it's kind of
not a name, though. It's Coach Kim.
I'm with
Little
Walker.
respect.
Let's call her Coach Kim.
I like Kimmy Hundo, but she probably does have to hit the century mark a little bit more for it to really have a chance of sticking.
Yeah.
You think we ought to just call her Coach Caldwell, like we do Coach Barnes and Coach Heupel, and that's what we call Heupel Hype.
I like Coach Kim.
What'd you guys call Pat Summit? Just Pat?
Coach Summit.
I mean, she had, people called her
like
Pat.
Coach
Like
Majors.
it was almost, there are some people that it was almost like Madonna or Cher. Pat. Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You call her that, but like if I'd met her, I never had.
I wouldn't say hi, Pat. No.
If I met her in person, hello, Coach.
Very
Summit.
much Coach Summit. Yes, but
Very nice
her
to meet
players
you.
called her Pat.
That's different.
That's always been. That's a strange thing. Like I was watching. I fell down the Edelman podcast rabbit hole.
It's a
just
good one to
watching him
fall
tell,
down.
like all the Patriots called Belichick Bill. Players go. He was Bill. And like you see that in Major League Baseball, you call your manager, like they're not going to call him V, like they're going to call him Coach. They call him Skip or Tony. Like everybody's on a first name basis with your coaches at that level.
Well, Bobby Knight didn't ascribe to that, did he?
No.
Hey, Bobby.
Well, the kid that cost him
That's
his
probably why
said,
Neil.
Hey, Knight.
That's why.
I'm just looking.
You refer to me as Coach or Mister.
And that wasn't a player. That was just like some kid on
Student.
campus.
It was in the student
Hey,
union.
Knight.
A lot of people think he was set up.
I'm just looking at Kentucky's schedule. They've got 2 losses in the SEC already, and one of them was to Alabama by 13.
We beat them.
And we beat them pretty
On the road.
handily. Yeah.
I've heard that it should be. Isn't Kentucky just really good defensively? Their women's team. That's kind of their thing.
And they did beat LSU at LSU. So, I mean, they're very capable. And we have some unfinished business. They laid us out last season up in Lexington.
A little payback.
And, of course, this past Saturday. That's what Kim should say at the handshake line if they win. It's like, this one's for Rick.
This one's for Rick.
Rick boys.
Oh, yeah. At number 3, Niners general manager John Lynch confirmed what has been obvious for months, that that wide receiver Brandon Ayuk will not return to San Francisco. Lynch added that a transaction with Ayuk, a release or more unlikely trade, would come in due time. That move will end one of the more tumultuous player-team standoffs in recent memory.
Is he got, is there something wrong with this guy?
Don't know. I was just going to ask, if you're a Titans fan, would you be interested in this guy?
No.
I'm sorry, I zoned out there for a minute. Who are we talking about?
Brandon Ayuk, not going back to San Francisco.
I mean, do you really think Saleh would bring in?
Well, I mean, he would have a good baseline to know. If he brought,
true.
If they brought him in, then he's clearly signing off on it. Then I'd be okay with it. But
I'd much rather him go.
I'd rather have the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam and John were talking. I'm telling you, they got me really pretty fired up about it.
About what?
About the thought of Juwan playing for Tennessee. And it's not just because he played at Tennessee. I think he'd be really good for the Titans.
Have you guys? Some of the Titans are evidently one of the teams that are up for a uniform rebrand if they want to.
Go back to the old school Houston colors.
There's some thought about that. I retweeted a mock-up somebody did of is a white helmet with just flames on the side. Kind of looks like
like Jeff Gordon's car.
Like the Eagles or the Vikings. Like it's kind of
a wing kind of looking thing.
Yeah, I thought it looked badass.
I don't know. I'd like if they brought back the franchise's real colors, the baby blue and the red.
It's just a slap in the face to Houston.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I feel like there's been a lot of support for that.
I mean, it's a clean look, man. Saw you in your inward half pull over the other day. Think sharp.
I just feel like you're slapping the city of Houston across the face if you make those your colors.
Who cares?
Because those are Houston's colors.
I mean, they're a division rival. Let's slap them across the face.
Right. No, they belong to Amy Adams Strunk. It was property of her father's football franchise,
which was in Houston.
Yeah.
At number 4, some high-profile pitchers have been traded in the MLB over the past 24 hours. The Brewers dealt ace Freddie Peralta last night to the Mets for their top 2 prospects, rounding out what's been a busy week for New York. Elsewhere, the Nationals have traded strikeout artist Mackenzie Gore this afternoon to the Texas Rangers in a 5-for-1 deal, including multiple prospects.
I like that one. Mackenzie Gore's kind of nasty.
Yeah, I wouldn't think the Rangers would be the one to pick him up. They're kind of in no man's land with their team right now.
About time for pitchers and catchers to report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody needs to enjoy it this year because it looks like we are headed for lockout.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, right after the Dodgers hang another
probably.
Well, yeah,
Series.
I mean, you guys are the primary reason we're probably going to lose a whole year of professional baseball.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Hollywood
Big
Bob
jerk.
Baskerville. Dodger Bob.
I'm not signing the players.
Bobby Lasorda.
So, yeah, pretty good.
That's it.
Thank you, Walker. Top 4 at 4 brought to you this afternoon by the Casual Pint. Lenoir City will be out there tomorrow for a live show. It's their grand opening on Highway 321 in Lenoir City. Would love to see you out there, right over there on the gondolier side of 321, across from the Gold's Gym out there. Come on out, sample one of their 30 craft beers that they'll have on tap, and some great food there. The brats, the burgers, the flatbreads. They've got it all for you. Come on out. Show a little love to a new locally owned and operated business, the Casual Pint, Lenoir City, and their grand opening tomorrow. It's be going on all day. We'll be there setting up around 2:30. Probably stay and have a cold one if you want to hang out after the show. And then I guess we'll go home and hunker down and see what happens overnight.
Hope it doesn't hit too early. I got a basketball game I'd like to get in on Saturday morning.
Has anybody gone to the grocery store yet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We took care of that yesterday.
Did you?
We did.
I did a preliminary. run just to get the lay of the land. Wasn't a whole lot of bread at my,
It's a
my
madhouse.
grocery
So
store.
like a site survey, you just went and
Scouting mission.
What?
I wasn't ready to
Wait,
commit.
I'm sorry. I was looking at you went and scouted the grocery store.
I bought a few things, but I just wanted to see what was, get boots on the ground, see what was going on in there.
Boots on the ground.
See
It's a
if I need to-
Kroger, not Desert Storm.
Let's see if I need to go ahead and go if it looked like stuff was running out.
Like he's going behind enemy
So
lines.
I bought a few things.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just get them then?
Because they're still being wishy-washy about the forecast.
Oh, you didn't want to have like too much milk or
Yeah,
stuff
too
that
many,
might go bad.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Like bread. I already had milk, English muffins, boring stuff.
I got some
Sandwich
English muffins, I have to say. I get the ones that you have to put in the fridge.
Yeah, those are good.
The Bays.
Yes.
The what?
They're
Bays.
called Bays brand. Just keep them in the
Bays
fridge.
brand what?
English muffins.
English muffins.
Oh. Never been a fan of the English
Me
muffin.
either. I'm a
love
bagel
'em.
guy.
Love them, love them.
They look good, and then you eat one, and it's like, oh man, it's just rubbery and.
You scramble up an egg, put your little Canadian bacon and cheese on there, Russ, and it's delicious.
I just like toast it up, almost a little char on it, and then
Yeah.
some butter.
Great.
Cheese McToast.
Winning.
No, man. Whenever somebody you want a McMuffin? No.
No.
Well, that's because
Get me a biscuit. This is the United States of America.
the
We're a
McMuffin,
biscuit country.
We didn't kick the damn redcoats back across the Atlantic Ocean to sit around and eat their crummy muffins, Bob.
Well, here's the
They're
thing.
not invented in England, by the way. But go ahead. They're
Like
American
like an egg
muffin, actually.
McMuffin, the muffin is not, like I just said, it's got to be like prepared right, not just something you slap an egg and.
Yeah, and like sometimes you go to McDonald's and that thing will slap hard, but other times,
Any person that would prefer a McMuffin, an English muffin over a biscuit, un-American.
I've had some really crappy biscuits, man. At certain places.
the worst
breakfast
biscuit
plate.
is better than the best English muffin.
No, disagree.
Absolutely.
Disagree.
Dude, I got one from a popular
Thank you, Walker.
fast food breakfast place here in town, and that thing was harder than an NHL hockey puck.
A biscuit?
Yeah. Like
Harder
sometimes
than there's never been a biscuit harder than an
Yeah.
English muffin. That's just definitionally
English muffins are
impossible.
toasted and they're kind of chewy, but it's just
So are biscuits.
no, they're not.
No, biscuits are
can-
supposed to be light and fluffy,
Yeah, light
but
and fluffy.
soft, and sometimes
I've never had a biscuit that's chewier than an English muffin.
I mean, I can put them on blast. It happens frequently.
Please do.
Hardee's, you really need to do some quality control. It's in two different ones, man.
So much for the big Hardee's ad package we were trying to sell.
Oh man.
Coastal says on the live chat, you got to get the Ezekiel bread English muffins. I've never heard of those.
I've seen them. I hadn't tried them. A little pricey, if I remember right.
I'm a big whole wheat toast guy.
Yeah.
That tracks.
That does track.
Little dab of butter, sop up some
butter
eggs.
or margarine. I could see you.
I don't
doing
know. Whatever
margarine.
we've got in the fridge. It comes in a tub. I think it's butter.
Can't
It's not
believe
butter
it's
if
not
it comes
butter.
in a tub.
Do what?
Probably not butter if it comes in a tub.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it's.
You ever had that
Brummel
carrot?
and Brown, the yogurt spread.
I don't know. Here's my thing about the butter, and I've taken.
It's not as bad for you.
I've talked about this with my wife, but we get the same thing. I think it's like Smart Blend or Smart something, but it's
No, it's canola.
and it's like. But the problem is, I like a nice creamy spread with my butter. I hate it when you're trying to mash it into the bread.
That's why you got to leave your butter out.
Yeah.
Covered, but out in room temperature.
And here's
For
what
how
you also
long?
need to do is just
However long you need it.
Forever?
Yeah.
Doesn't it go bad?
butter.
It's a dairy product.
It doesn't. I mean, like people left it out.
Yeah,
like
it's-
for 100,
I've seen that.
150 damn years, and then suddenly it's like ketchup. You don't have to refrigerate ketchup. You ever notice
Really?
restaurants leave it sitting on the damn table?
Yeah, but it goes quick. It's not
You-
sitting on the table for months.
You had any of that Kerry Gold butter?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh.
I mean, it's not
Speaking a
worth the
different
money.
language right
It's
now.
not worth the money. What you need, Russ, you need to go get you some. I mean, it have to be. It's grade A butter. Just go get salted or
Look, man,
unsalted.
I don't know where it comes from. I've got a wife. There's butter in the fridge.
You're a
It's
damn
just
caveman.
it's there.
I've got a wife.
It's just there. I don't know what it is.
Don Draper.
Wife.
I just like it. just make it so it spreads, man.
Spread it, yeah.
It's the worst when you're sitting there trying to just grind that thing. You're tearing your bread, and it just won't freaking spread.
Mr. Tall, 85 on the live chat, must be a biscuit fan because he says Bob's trying to set our country back 250 years with this take. Coastal Vol says English muffins are better vectors of transport for breakfast proteins than biscuits are.
Great
Biscuits
vocabulary.
are supposed to fall apart.
I mean, if you're a messy eater, I mean, we've all had a flaky biscuit or two, but you handle it gently, softly, and with care, and you get it done.
But don't you ever? Here's the thing with a biscuit. Don't you ever feel sometimes like I like the outer part of the biscuit. All that stuff on the inside, man, it just feels like you're just fueling garbage into your.
It's delicious.
No, it's just
That's
dough.
where the good stuff is.
It's a little doughy. I mean, if done right, there's nothing better.
Oh, of course. I agree. I'm not saying I don't like biscuits.
The sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, when done correctly, is the GOAT.
Top of the biscuit's a little
sausage,
salty.
egg, and cheese?
I go sausage, egg,
I like
and cheese.
sausage, egg, and
Same.
cheese.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not bacon, egg, and cheese.
Bacon,
Sausage,
egg, and cheese is where it's
Bacon,
at.
the problem is unless you're going.
There's no problem.
Yeah, there is. There's different grades of bacon.
Yeah, I was going to say the bacon can
fast
be.
food bacon's kind
Never.
of gross.
Yeah. And by the way, Mr. Tall has got some problems with me, apparently. He also said, next thing you know, Bob is going to say his favorite snack is cold canned beans on some damn toast.
I mean, all I can tell you is McDonald's made him famous, and you can't get much more American than McDonald's.
Bears over there say, hey, just give me some hardtack and a can of sardines, and I'm a happy man.
I'll eat my eggs off a piece of cardboard if that's what I need to do.
I boil an egg on a hot summer road.
I leave that thing on my windshield.
I get egg
Let it
McMuffins
cook
or
up.
sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
I mean, if you want to talk about chewy, last thing I'll say here, Walker, is...
Whoa. Watch your tone.
Yeah, Walker was talking about bagels, and I mean, I don't mind a bagel, but bagels are like the epitome of chewy. Like,
well, yeah,
Whoa,
that's the whole
whoa.
point of them.
Yeah.
They also sit pretty heavy, and I'm a bagel guy.
Well, it's got to be
Wait,
I'm
toast.
sensing bagel
You gotta-
hostility from that side of the room.
Use the bagel function on your toaster. You ever toast a bagel like that?
Yeah.
That's elite.
Incredible.
Elite.
Yeah, but have you ever had a
Life-changing.
bagel that, like, you've been in New York? Have you never had a bagel where you didn't have to toast it?
I don't eat. No.
You gotta
no.
toast your bagel.
You got
Always.
a place right
toast
here
your
in
bagels.
Knoxville that has some pretty delicious bagels that are kind of
I
light
know the
and
one you-
fluffy.
Potchki?
Yeah. Yes.
Good bagels.
Pachi's got some, but like real bagels, you don't necessarily. They're delicious just
The butter bagel.
right out of the bag.
So good.
Tear into them.
Damn Yanks and their freaking bagels. This is biscuit country, son.
Oh, that's
Don't
that's,
you forget
that's
it.
between you and
Bagels
Walker.
and biscuits are
That's-
same playing field.
No,
English muffins are below both of them.
No, they're not.
They are. English muffins.
all that to
are
say-
belong
I
in the
mean,
country.
it's some of
Gentlemen,
the most
please.
heated.
We're not
arguments
solve this.
I'll enjoy my
in show history, and the phones will light
We
up.
got
watch.
Ryan Sylvia coming up here, RockyTopInsider.com, to talk all things Tennessee athletics when we continue next right here on Fan Run Radio.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. and stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at knoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
People are being separated, pulled apart, fisticuffs, hurtful things being said. It's the great breakfast debate of 2026. Ryan Sylvia covers all things UT athletics for Rocky Top Insider. Ryan, good afternoon. Biscuits, bagels, English muffins, rank them.
A good biscuit's number one, and I don't think it's close.
Yes.
But bad biscuits easily last. I'll go bagel 2. What was the last one? English muffin. I'll put that third.
That's my guy right there.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Ryan.
It'll be all. All right. Have a good day.
I knew I liked you.
The English muffin, not very popular. We'll have to put this poll in the field here, but hopefully Tennessee fans will get a nice dinner tonight as served by Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols. Big one at the arena. Ryan, you're going to be there as Tennessee takes on Kentucky. Top 10 ranked Kentucky on their home floor. We don't like Kentucky around here. And what's the outlook for the Lady Vols tonight?
Well, they'll be without one of their better players, Janiah Barker. So that obviously isn't great. But on the other side, Tiani Key for Kentucky is going to be out. And if that name sounds familiar, she's the younger sister of Tamari Key, the former Lady Vols player from a few years ago back. So both players without a pretty pivotal player in the post. So kind of Janiah Barker is probably more polished at this point in her career, maybe a little bit more of an impact than Tiani Key, but almost a wash, I guess, if you look at it that way. Overall, though, I mean, it's two of the better teams in the country. Kentucky slipped up a few times so far this season. They have been great on the road, so you have to like that from Tennessee's perspective, but we just haven't seen this team play without Janiah Barker yet. So again, you have to kind of go back to that. They're going to have to stop Clara Strack, who killed them last year in Lexington. They lost big time on the road a year ago. They're going to have to figure out a way to stop her, and then they surround her with a bunch of good shooters. So it's going to be a big test. If they win, it'd be their biggest win of the season yet. It'd be a great resume-boosting win, one of those wins that at the end of the year could be the difference between, hey, you're a 4 seed and you're hosting the first 2 rounds of the tournament like you do in women's basketball, or you're a 5 seed and you have to go on the road and play a true road game in that second round to try to get to the Sweet 16. So this one could have serious implications going forward.
So Ryan, help us out with? I didn't realize Barker was out. What's ailing Janiah Barker?
She went down with I guess I'll call it like an above the shoulder injury. When we asked Cam after the game, she was like, "You guys probably know better than me," because she went right back into the huddle and started coaching. Didn't stop by the locker room before talking to the media, so she didn't have an update as far if it was a concussion or if she got poked in the eye or exactly what it was, and then she didn't offer exactly what the injury was when we talked to her. I guess that was on Wednesday, kind of around noon either. So she hasn't revealed exactly what the injury is. She didn't make it seem like it was going to be, long term, but it's something seemingly above the shoulders, I guess you could say, which makes you think probably a concussion, but we're not exactly sure yet.
That was okay. I do remember that. We were watching the game at home, and that was when she was on the floor. Like you could hear her audibly, like crying, screaming, whatever. Well, she was in pain for sure.
Yes, yes. It was a strange injury. It was you could hear a pin drop. It was a little Zakai like when he tore his ACL, and the arena just fell silent, and you could just hear everything going on the floor. It was not the funnest moment to be there.
Now, Clara Strack, she was one of many who lit up the Lady Vols last season, right?
Yeah, she was kind of the main one. She has a history of doing it too to Kim Caldwell. When Caldwell was at Marshall and they made the NCAA tournament, they played Virginia Tech. That's when Clara Strack was playing for Kenny Brooks over with the Hokies, and she went off on Caldwell's team that year too. Now, Marshall obviously did not have a roster to the point that the Lady Vols did last year or this year, but she has been a pain for Kim Caldwell to deal with, and that's, you would have to assume, would be one of the main things they focused on in this preparation.
Ryan Sylvia, Rocky Top Insider, with us this afternoon here on The Drive. And Ryan, the Lady Vols were kind of not left for dead a month or so ago, but they were on the struggle bus a little bit, and Kim didn't seem very happy with their play. What has keyed this turnaround to get to 5-0 in conference play?
Well, first of all, I think you have to look at the schedule. And the biggest test yet in conference play was the last game at Alabama, who was a top 25 team. That was a really nice win. I think we'll learn a lot about this team tonight as well of, has it been you've just kind of played some of the weaker teams in the SEC, or have you actually taken a step forward? And if it is that you have taken a step forward, a lot of it is they just seem a lot more comfortable within the system. And that's something Kim talked about before the season. She was like, we scheduled this tough schedule, these UCLAs, these Stanfords, these Louisvilles, early in this schedule, in this out-of-conference schedule, because they wanted to learn some lessons and learn the hard lessons earlier than later. And last year she felt like they coasted throughout a conference play because they didn't really play much of anyone, and then they had to learn those lessons in SEC play, and they took some lumps in the back half of that schedule and then kind of got their footing. By that point, it was kind of right going into the NCAA tournament. So she wanted them to, I guess, kind of learn those lessons, get comfortable in the face of adversity a little bit sooner than later. And like I said, now that it's just kind of the question of, okay, have you actually learned those lessons? Do you understand what she wants you to do in offense? That was a big issue. They didn't really seem to understand what the shot selection needed to be. It was a lot of jacking up threes early in the shot clock and not moving the ball around as much. It looks better, but it's obviously going to look a lot better against a team that's projected to finish last in the SEC compared to a team like Kentucky that people expect to be like an Elite Eight type of team.
I would say, too, I want to get your take on Mia Paldo. I think her evolution has to be contributing, right? The last 3 games, she's averaging about 19 a game, and what strikes me is only 2 turnovers in these last 3 games for her. In the last 2 games, she's been turnover-free, which that's your point guard. I mean, that's got to be making Kim happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's been incredible, and she's kind of the poster child, I guess, of the getting comfortable and out of conference play, because she, to start this season, was not very good, and she was turning the ball over and she wasn't hitting shots, and she was hurting Tennessee sometimes. And then you start to turn the page to New Year's and you get into conference play, and it's what you've talked about. She's hitting shots, she's running the offense, she's not turning it over. You look at the Alabama game, she didn't have an assist. That's not great from your point guard, but she didn't turn the ball over, and she made some really big shots. And she sat in foul trouble with 4 fouls, came back on the floor and picked up right where she left off before she got into that foul trouble. So she's been absolutely a big piece of it. When Talasia Cooper's on, she's been a really big piece of it, but Kim still feels like there's a lot more to get out of her as well on both ends of the floor, that she can be a bigger impact. Z Spearman's been great too. It's a lot of your better players, including those freshmen, that big freshman class that we all talked about this offseason, kind of integrating themselves within things, getting comfortable in their role. And then also Kim kind of figuring out what's working and what's not. You've seen some lineup changes from the beginning of the year to now. You've seen a lot more Lauren Hurst, one of the true freshmen, and less Jersey Wolfenbarger. So it's also Kim kind of figuring out exactly what matches, what works well, and who needs to play more.
So it's Mia Paldo. They're twins. They're like the Harrison twins from Kentucky back in the day, and they look. Are they both playing?
So Mia is number 13. She's kind of the quote-unquote starting point guard. The starting lineup can change on a nightly basis when they want it to, but she's been the starter and the kind of main contributor at point guard, I guess you could say. That's Mia. And then Maya, M-Y-A, is number 12. She's more of a depth piece right now. They like where she could be long-term. She gets in here and there in games, but as of now, she's kind of, 9th, 10th, 11th player off the bench. But it is quite the headache to figure out Mia versus Maya Paldo, one letter difference, one number difference. They've been wearing their hair different recently, which has made it easier on a quick glance. But at the beginning of the year when it was more similar, it took a kind of a studying to figure out who was who on the court from the media seating.
We just one of them changed their name to Jane or something. I feel like that would go a long way.
The exact name being one letter apart is just brutal for trying to at first figure out who is who.
Hey, let's jump over to men's basketball for a minute because it's a hot topic right now, particularly given the way the Vols kind of melted down against Kentucky last weekend. Now they get ready to travel to Alabama, and lo and behold, Alabama just gets better, presumably by just picking up a guy that hasn't played with them for 3 years in Charles Bediako. But what's your take from afar? Because I know you follow all these teams, but what's your take from afar on the men's basketball team right now? And is there a way forward where you see them kind of getting on the right track? And I don't worry about them making the tournament, but can they get out of the first weekend is my question now.
That's kind of been the thing, is obviously in college basketball. It's just, what do you do in March Madness? And first you got to get there, and that's why I've had multiple people, like family members and things like that. Like, hey, what's going on? Are they going to miss the tournament? I'm with you. Like, I'm not hitting the panic button to the extent that I don't think they're going to make the tournament. Are they going to be like a 7 seed? Maybe. And at that point, you're playing a 10 seed, or if you're a 6 seed, you're playing an 11 seed. I don't think if you're a Tennessee fan, you're too comfortable with that. Maybe now it's a little easier. Like, if you look at last year's bracket, there wasn't that mid-major that kind of took over and made that big run. In recent history, though, or just the history of the tournament, there's usually one of those 10, 11, 12 seeds that looks really good and could seemingly beat anyone on any night. And this Tennessee team feels like a kind of a prime example of a team that could fall into that trap and be seated on the right side of it, but then lose that game. So, yeah, I understand the concern, but they also have a lot of talent, and that's just, can they put it together? Can they be consistently there like he was at the end of the Texas A&M game? Part of that, too, is can you figure out how to play around him? It seemed like they went to a smaller ball lineup against A&M, and it seemed to work a lot more. And then when you play him with two bigs, maybe the spacing gets messed up a little bit, and your offense is not as fluid as it should be. The defense just has not been at a Rick Barnes standard by any means. It's a confusing team. It's a very frustrating team to watch, not even if you're a Tennessee fan. I think if you're just a basketball fan, it's a frustrating team to watch them play. And the result is you go up 17 points against your biggest rival and you lose that game, which is just a completely inexcusable loss. And I completely understand why a lot of Tennessee fans right now are just frankly upset and just cannot stand to watch this basketball team at the moment.
Well, Ryan Sylvia with us this afternoon, fanrunradio.com, where we're streaming this afternoon. Ryan, football, what grade would you give Tennessee for their transfer portal haul so far?
I'll give them like a B. I think there's still some holes on it. I would like to see them do more on the defensive line just because you're losing so much there. You're losing Dominic Bailey and Tyree West at defensive end. You obviously lost your entire Leo room, and you replaced it with two guys, but you're still relatively thin there. And then on the interior, you got completely gutted going to last year. You didn't kind of replace the pieces that were moving on from that 24 team, and you saw it be an issue in 2025. And then you start to suffer injuries, and now all of a sudden you have to slide in a Dominic Bailey from defensive end to defensive tackle, and now you're getting thin at defensive end. And it just doesn't feel like they're going to be as deep on the defensive line as they were that 2024 year. Now, that was maybe an anomaly in this era of college football to build up depth the way they were that season. But to go into next year at defensive end with a Tyree West, Marion Dye, and a handful of freshmen, that feels risky. Maybe some of the freshmen can instantly make an impact. Maybe Tyree West takes a big step. Maybe Marion Dye takes a huge step, and that room's fine. But it would have felt like it would have made sense to target another edge rusher, another defensive tackle. All you brought in was Xavier Gilliam from Penn State on the interior. Could you have brought in another defensive tackle? I feel like that would have gone a long way. And obviously the quarterback position is the one everyone has circled. If you're fine with going in with George and Faison and throwing Ryan Staub in there to compete for it, I guess. But the optics of going all in for Ty Simpson and he decides he wants to go pro, and then going all in for Sam Leavitt and he takes it to LSU instead, it doesn't feel great, I think, when you have offered that money to some of those guys and you've struck out, and now you are in a situation where you're going to have to go to a youth movement at quarterback, and those guys are extremely talented, but it seems like it's the 24-year-old quarterbacks having a lot more success nowadays.
Yeah, so with that, that was going to be my next question, kind of derivative of this, is if Joey doesn't get that extra year of eligibility, where do you stand? Are you at peace as much as you can be with the concept of George McIntyre being the guy?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of have to be. Like, we saw what it looked like in 2023 or 2024 with Nico, and he was a redshirt freshman. He was the highly recruited guy, and he was tall and thin and had a great arm and looked awesome in practice, and it just didn't translate to the games. Now, I'm curious what it would have looked like with Nico in 2025, not even just from another year in the system standpoint, but they did tweak the system so much. So maybe it is a little bit easier for a quarterback to go in and ball out if you're George McIntyre. I'm also curious what Faison Brandon brings to the table, though, because I really think Faison Brandon's the truth, and he could be that five-star quarterback that pans out that almost seems so rare now, where you get a young guy who's so highly recruited and he comes in and makes an instant impact. So I don't want to rule out Faison Brandon either. I would love it to be a kind of true two-quarterback battle, get Ryan Staub in the mix just to add depth, and, maybe he surprises everyone and goes out and wins the thing, but it does feel more like a Faison Brandon, George McIntyre type of situation. I would love that if they actually kind of made it a two-man race, but if you look at kind of the history under Josh Heupel, he likes the guys that have played or sat in his system for a year and understand things a little bit more and have been at the college level. So if you had to put betting odds on it, I guess it would be George McIntyre to win, but I wouldn't be surprised either. And this is something I think a lot of people said last year, and it didn't pan out that way, and Joey Aguilar played the whole way. But if we did see some Faison Brandon at some point, if you start losing some games where George McIntyre struggles, because the seat is getting, I don't want to say it's getting hot, but it's at least getting warm. Like, the seat warmers are on for Josh Heupel, so he's going to be pressed a little bit to make some changes if things aren't going well.
All right, last thing, back to basketball tonight. We'll be there, my wife and I. I think we're gonna need to rely on the Sterl vibes.
You couldn't just let the segment end. You had to do this.
You had to bring it up.
Ryan understands. He appreciates the vibes.
Sterl is a curator of vibes, and he gets the people going at Food City Center. Absolutely.
Yeah, see, he knows. Good answer.
Local treasure. All right. Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate it. Go check out RockyTopInsider.com for all the latest tonight's Lady Vols game with Ryan Sylvia. We'll do it again soon. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan Sylvia, Rocky Top Insider, one more time on the program here this afternoon. You're so amused with yourself, too.
I'm not amused. I think I'm excited is what I am. Get to hear some more loudness.
He's got some drive in him, for sure.
What's that mean?
I just hope you get
Knucklehead
a T-shirt.
Tendencies,
Oh, I do want a T-shirt. That's the other thing. I'd like
Who
a
doesn't?
T-shirt. Who doesn't? Who wants a T-shirt is my question.
What kind of T-shirt you want?
I don't know. Whatever they got.
Any T-shirt will do.
As long as it's coming out of that T-shirt cannon, who cares? It's great.
I remember when I was in college and you had like those predatory credit card companies. And they would just have these tables up with T-shirts. And they'll like give you a T-shirt if you sign up for their credit card.
I remember that.
And people would do it, man.
I did it.
Throw away their entire financial future
Wrecked my
for a
credit.
$4 T-shirt.
With like a $500 limit.
Was the shirt good?
No.
That MasterCard?
It was probably the totally irresponsible spending that I did.
What was the rate on that bad boy?
I don't know. When you don't pay, you don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Part of the problem right there, Bob.
I've come a long way, boys. It's
obviously.
That's by the way, the other one that they did at the basketball game the other day, it's been a while since I saw it, the little Chick-fil-A cows.
I love that.
That flies around?
Yeah,
I love that.
They drop
They're just dropping them? They used to have a blimp.
Yeah.
A little remote control blimp that would fly around inside the arena and just drop coupons on people.
You'd love to fly that thing like in
Yeah,
it? Or
right into the tuba player.
Exactly. That's tuba player.
No, they.
Who I'd be aiming for?
I could see some
Panda.
of the staff up on the catwalk dropping them. They just go and they walk along the catwalk.
That's something I don't know if I could do that, man.
No, the catwalk would freak me out. That's too high.
Have you never been up there?
No. Why would I?
I don't know. In my 20s, I was fortunate enough to get to work a bunch of concerts at the arena, and like they offered to take me up there.
Yeah.
And like I got right up to the edge. I was like, nah, no thanks.
No, that'd be a bridge too far for me, man. I couldn't do it. Too narrow.
Much like Barrett Bonnaroo. It's too high. Stay with us. The Drive continues. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Hey, craft beer fans, join us this Friday afternoon for a live broadcast of The Drive at the grand opening of the Casual Pint's newest location on Highway 321 in Lenoir City. We'll be broadcasting live from 3 to 6, celebrating East Tennessee's newest craft beer paradise, the Casual Pint, Lenoir City. Come on out and sample a cold beverage and try something from their full food menu featuring brats, burgers, pizzas, and wings. They've got over 30 beers on tap with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs and stouts, porters, and brown ales. Want something to go? Check out their singles cooler and create your own six-pack or get a growler fill on your way out the door. It's the grand opening of the Casual Pint Lenoir City, live this Friday from 3 to 6 here on Fan Run Radio, Highway 321 in Lenoir City. Be there.
What if I told you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray, and the sky is gray.
Y'all in a mood over there? Or
No,
something?
in my defense, I just got done telling Walker, don't ever play anything unless you're sure what it is.
And then he did that.
But I'm looking at it says California Dreamin', right? But it's right next to Forget About Dre by Dr. Dre. I'm thinking it's the Tupac, Dr. Dre, California.
So you were telling him, don't do yada yada yada,
And
then
then I
you
did.
immediately turn around and do that thing
Because I assumed that it was because it's sitting next to Dr. Dre in the folder. I'm thinking, surely to God, I'm going to hear California.
That's not even what song is not called California Dreamin' that you're thinking of.
What's that song called? I know what you're talking about. It's not California Dreamin'.
But he
it's,
said Tupac says it in the California.
California knows how to party. Is that what I'm?
California. I'll go find it.
That's what I thought I was playing.
Tennessee Titans have announced finally Robert Saleh. It just now, like 40 minutes ago. I've been checking that. Like, what's going on here? Some sort of contract thing, which it probably was, but it is a final now. Robert Saleh, the new head coach of your Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, somebody was trying to argue with John this morning about whether or not he would want to bring Juwan Jennings with him. And John pointed out, and correctly I thought, that I would imagine that Juwan Jennings is exactly the type of player that Robert Saleh would want to bring with him. Culture guy.
I would think so, yeah.
Tough, crazy defensive guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for months now. It's not about the production so much, even though the production is there with Juwan, but it's about a franchise that lost its edge over the past 2 seasons in terms of being a physical and ferocious, hardworking, blue-collar team, and I think Juwan would bring a lot of that back, in addition to very solid wide receiver play, if not I don't say spectacular, but borderline spectacular at times.
Yeah, and one of the best blocking wide receivers in the league.
I feel like he and Cam would really gel.
Be a good influence on it. He would just, I don't know. I really hope they make that move, and it has very little to do with the Tennessee, although that would be the cherry on top.
Would be cool, too.
Yeah.
865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to call or text the show, 966-3435. The poll is in the field. Are English muffins good?
I got my wife weighing in now.
Okay.
My mom is also weighing in.
She's pro English muffin.
Okay.
As a good wife should be. Nooks and crannies that hold all the butter. That's the beauty of a English muffin that doesn't exist.
That's the most Indiana thing I've ever heard you say. The nooks and crannies.
The wife's not from
She's from the
Indiana.
Northeast.
Where's she from? Pennsylvania?
Connecticut.
Is she a Husky fan?
No.
A Connecticut Yankee in King Bob's court.
She's a Syracuse alum.
61.4% of the audience says yes. English muffins are good. 38.6% say no.
There we
They
go.
are quite a bit. They won't pack on quite as many pounds as a biscuit will either. They're
Exactly.
not as bad for you.
Well, and here's
They're not as good.
let me
lard in 'em.
let me posit this comment from Coastal Vol on the YouTube live chat. He says, in the grouping of 3, a bagel has to be last. A good biscuit or English muffin only needs butter. Bagels need cream cheese at the very least. It's science.
No,
That's a
lie.
bald face lie.
That's a lie.
You get
Bagels
you some
with butter.
solid butter.
We have to call
Incredible.
anybody liars here today. I mean,
It is.
we
are
can
the
be
PT was
we
calling
can
it
disagree
liars.
without being disagreeable.
That
Please,
is
gentlemen.
a lie.
Yeah,
Bagels
it's a damn
really good
lie.
with just butter on it.
I agree. I like a good everything bagel with just some butter on it.
That's
That
all
works.
you need.
You want a pro tip, Walker?
Yeah, please.
After you put it in the toaster and then you butter it up, you stick it in the oven on broil.
You crisp it up a little bit.
See, when I go to a bagel place, like when I'm down in Florida or something, I'll ask for them to scoop it out. So then you're getting some of the dough out of there.
What? That's
Scoop it out.
You're
Yeah.
getting rid of the bread part of the
Yeah.
bread.
Sugar?
yeah,
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, but because I just like the crispy part, the crust part.
You can get matzo ball soup and tell them not to put the matzo ball in there?
So that
deranged.
makes no sense at all. But I also, when I get a sub, I ask them to scoop out the top bun.
That's deranged.
More sandwich, less bun. You don't want too
That
much.
is-
Subway just get rid of the bread?
Well, the
No,
inside
that
of the
is
bread.
that is a mainly the places I've seen are up north, like New York.
It's like your bread's still like a
But
shell.
they do scoop out like a lot of those really good sandwich
I'm
shops.
learning a lot about Bob and Bear right now. You guys got food problems.
Well, no,
You don't
we've
like
been
the
to
good
places
stuff.
outside of Knoxville, South Carolina, and wherever else you've been.
What are you talking about right now?
I don't know. I've been to a lot of
You're
sandwich
trying to
shops.
say you're cultured? Is that what you?
A little more,
You're
yeah.
not as I'm
A
not
little
as
more room.
sophisticated as you.
You haven't traveled to the same places.
Where have you been that I haven't been?
I know you've been to New York, but when you go to New York, is eating sandwiches one of your
Where have you
primary
been that I
things?
haven't been?
New Orleans.
I've been to New Orleans.
Oh.
Multiple times.
No.
Ringgold, Georgia.
I don't know where. I mean, if it's in Georgia, chances are I've driven
Carter
through.
County.
Where,
Cincinnati.
All right. Hold on. Been there many times. Let me. Lexington. These are the obscure, exotic locations that come to Bear's mind. Oh yeah. Have you been to Valdosta, Russ? Because if you haven't, then don't even talk to me.
Bears culture comes from Lexington.
Woodstock, New York.
I mean, like if there were a concert there.
Have you been to upstate New York? Been to Syracuse? Been to Buffalo, Cleveland?
Is there any reason to
Philly?
Bear has scouted many grocery stores in those cities.
No, I'm just. If I'm traveling, when I'm traveling,
how much stock you got back there? How many potatoes we got? Are you going to run out? Can I trust you in an emergency?
When's your next shipment of milk coming in? I need to know.
If you don't have the
when milk
Pepsi
gets
Cola that I require, then
I didn't
I'm
feel
gonna
like
have to-
eating out last night, and I didn't have anything to make at the house, so I stopped at the store, but I was tired and didn't feel like sitting there and doing the whole weekend's grocery shopping. So I picked up a couple of things, you jackasses. There. That's why.
Where's the produce manager?
Had to get the
These bananas look great, but what's your depth?
You
plan
cannot
on the
buy
bananas?
ripe bananas anymore. I did
when do your
notice
next-
that. They're all green.
the Academy Awards nominations
Oh yeah.
are out. I got a lot of problems with a lot of things that are happening. I
A lot
think
of
this
problems with you.
reflects a lot of the issues that we face as a society. And it's kind of like the all SEC teams now where everybody's on it. It's like, hey, this is the first team all SEC for basketball. And they'll have 9 names there. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Can we play 9 guys at a time on a basketball court? You got to narrow it down to 5. Well, these guys are really deserving. I know. It's the all SEC basketball team. You got to make some hard decisions. Somebody gets left out. This ain't participation trophy culture.
They need a second team for their award?
Is this what for the best picture nominees?
Yeah,
there's
so
10.
Best Picture, we've got Bugonia.
I've heard that's really good.
I've never heard of it. F1 with Brad Pitt.
Fun movie.
It's a great fun movie that should not be up for Best Picture.
It's like when Top Gun Maverick got nominated.
Because it's
a
absolutely
head nod.
ridiculous to think a 60-year-old man's going to be able to drive a damn race car. Go ahead, Russ.
Frankenstein is that's direct to Netflix, right? That was a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
And that's up for an Academy Award now?
Apparently, it's really good. My older brother.
It did look it looked really good. I
want
to see it.
It's
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, and he's great at that kind of movie. So I buy it.
Hamnet?
Yes.
Yeah, my mom.
Not Hamlet. Hamnet.
What the hell is this?
It's this drama story about the events that led to Shakespeare writing Hamlet.
Yeah.
My mom wanted me to watch it and gave me the breakdown.
Marty Supreme.
Great movie.
I've seen it. Good
Really?
movie.
I've heard good things. I've heard it's very good.
I saw it over the holiday. Actually, I watched Marty Supreme more. I didn't really check out the Music City Bowl.
Those are the guys that made the Uncut Gems.
Yeah, the Safdies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this one about? Who's in it?
Ping pong.
Yeah, it's about
Chalamet.
ping pong. Timothy Chalamet.
It's a biopic, right? It was a real guy?
Yeah,
kind of
loosely based, but yeah, he's a guy who was making his money back in the 50s as a world-class ping pong player.
One Battle After Another. This is the only one I've actually seen.
It was good.
It's a good movie.
The Secret Agent.
Never saw it.
Who's in that?
Emile Lechaud. Or no, that's the producer. I'm sorry. Yeah. They just listed producers. Sentimental Value.
Never heard of it.
That got a lot of love at the Golden Globes, and usually that's a precursor to the Academy Awards. So
Sinners.
Yeah.
That was the black vampire movie, right?
And cleaned up. It's like almost a record number of nominations.
I do want to see that one.
It was record 16 different nominations for the Oscars.
That's how where Delroy Lindo finally got nominated for something.
He's really good at it. You got to see that movie.
And Train Dreams, the last one.
Never even heard of that.
I've heard of it, never saw it.
So those are some good movies if you're looking
It'd be
for
cool
a
if we
flick.
could cover the red carpet
Now
Bob,
that football's over.
as a show.
What's
Drive.
that? Have you been to the Oscars?
Yeah.
He says, yeah. Like, who are you talking to?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, like Signetti says, Google me. I'm the guy who kind of created the pregame for the Oscars.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta ask about this.
Google. Back.
Stay with us. The drive continues. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. This September, experience the perfect fall getaway on the New England Rails and Sails Tour, or join CNB in October to chase the Northern Lights in Iceland. Get in on the fun by calling 865-429-7935.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
What's up, Fan Run Nation? This is Evan Rogers with ECR Total Landscapes. I'm happy to announce that our free stump grinding promotion for Fan Run Radio listeners is now extended to March 31st, 2026. If you've got trees in your yard that need to come down before they fall on your home, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes and mention you heard our ad on Fan Run Radio, and we'll get rid of that problem tree for you and grind those stumps for free. Call us at 865-384-2012 or check us out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Whether you're heading to work, taking the kids to school, or planning your next road trip, your car needs to be ready for the ride. Hi, I'm Russell Smith, and I've been a customer at Matlock Tire and Auto Service for about as long as I've been driving. For me, it all comes down to trust. Look, I'm not a car guy, and I just don't want to get taken advantage of on car maintenance costs. Matlock Tire Service is a family-owned and operated business, and they wouldn't have made it this long if they hadn't been providing trustworthy service you can depend on. They're the home of the price match guarantee, which means you can bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. I've bought a lot of tires at Matlock over the years, and I always go there for my oil changes. You should too. They've got locations in Farragut, Hardin Valley, Lenoir City, Maryville, and Athens. Visit their website, matlocktireservice.com, to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Honest service, quality work, dependable care, Matlock Tire and Auto Service.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronoknxville.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. Russell and Bob back with you. Baron Walker through the glass, and we begin with the Top 5 at 5. It's brought to you by the Casual Pint in Lenore City. Come out and see us tomorrow as we broadcast live from their grand opening on Highway 321 in Lenore City. Walker.
Russell.
What you got?
At number 1, Alabama basketball coach Nate Oates plans to play forward Charles Bediako on Saturday against Tennessee, according to multiple reports. Bediako has not been ruled eligible by the NCAA, but can play after receiving a temporary restraining order against the NCAA after filing a lawsuit to regain his eligibility.
Nate Oates famously took a lot of heat during the Brandon Miller saga a couple of years ago. If he plays Bediako Saturday and he's ultimately ruled ineligible because this goes to court next week again, what does that do for Nate Oates' reputation in the game?
I think in the eyes of many, it just reinforces what they might think about him already, honestly. I mean, he's
two-faced. I mean,
see the new Calipari?
Hey, he's beyond Calipari.
Yeah.
He hasn't had anything taken away.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's had stuff that if it had happened back in the day, maybe, I don't know. That whole deal with the murder and all that was really, really ugly.
Yeah, it got bad.
And I know you said it involved only 2 members of the basketball team. Half the damn team was at the scene. They were all out together that night, so no, they weren't criminally liable or, may not have hated, but they were all in the wrong place. As he, what did he say? Wrong place, wrong time. That's infamous.
I believe that's what he said.
I've grown tired of all the kind of beautiful mind associations that we've heard over the years with Nate Oates about his, system and everything else. And I think he's a good coach. I don't question that, but I think he's kind of a jerk, and
he's sleazy, Bob.
And
he's
and what we're
very
seeing
talented,
here,
sleazy.
and what we're seeing here is he will do anything to win.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't think Calipari would do this.
Not in this era. I don't think so. I mean, I think there was a day he probably would have.
He might have a tutor go take a test for Derrick Rose. Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I take that ACT for D Rose.
I'd take the ACT for D Rose to come here in a heartbeat. At number 2, after yet another injury-plagued season, the San Francisco 49ers intend to investigate every avenue to find out why those ailments continue to pile up year after year. That includes an investigation into the vile conspiracy theory that the electrical substation near the training facility and Levi Stadium is contributing to those injuries.
Thousands of peer-reviewed studies, Russell. Thousands.
I'm sorry, I did it again, Walker. What
Russ.
I'm sorry, I got to dial in here. I was bantering with a Bama fan on social media. Priorities,
Basically, the 49ers are going to investigate the substation thing themselves.
Didn't we cover this yesterday?
Yeah, but now it's been acknowledged by the San Francisco 49ers as something they're actually going to pay attention to.
I did read a thing where they went to the world's leading authority on the, what is it, EMF?
Yes.
And he said, yeah, that's all a bunch of nonsense.
They're investigating it. Could be a bunch of nonsense. Could be something to it.
They are. I mean, they're, statistically, it's more than an anomaly. I mean, they're way outside the range compared to everybody else. How do you explain that? I mean, numbers don't lie.
It's obviously the crazy electromagnetic
I'm
field
not saying that,
thing.
but I'm saying something's different with the 49ers.
Did you hear about the thousands of peer-reviewed studies that Bear was mentioning?
Yes.
Thousands of them.
Thousands, Russ.
A lot of peer-reviewed studies.
That EMF fields can break down collagen, which is somehow connected to your tendons and your ligaments.
You're missing exactly what they said, just that there were thousands of peer-reviewed studies on this thing. Regardless of what they said, there were thousands of them.
Article I read on ESPN.com this morning quoted the world's foremost authority, some guy in England who covers ESPN, who covers this stuff or has made it his life work. He said, "Yeah, that's a bunch of hoo-hoo."
Who made that guy the world's leading EMF
I'm just telling you
scientist.
what the guy said.
All right.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Hey, you got one guy. We got thousands of peer-reviewed studies.
Thousands,
over it.
Russell.
Thousands of them. At number 3, Christian McCaffrey has become only the second player to be a finalist for 3 AP NFL awards in the same year, joining Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, and Matthew Stafford in the running for the AP NFL MVP award. He was also nominated for Offensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year.
I mean, this is a year where if you're going to give it to somebody besides a quarterback, I mean, that team is not very good without him. That offense isn't.
Stafford was so good this year, though. I hope he gets it. It would kind of solidify the fact that he's going to be a future Hall of Famer.
I think he's in already.
He is, but this would kind of be a really good way to emphasize it.
I mean, everybody talks up all the, how Patrick Mahomes was the king of the no-look pass and all this other stuff. Stafford was doing that before him.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford just wasted, his young years with that god-awful Lions team. He did have, Megatron.
I'm trying to remember him at Georgia. I mean, because obviously he was there.
He's basically the same as he is now.
Was he like dominant
into game
at
stuff?
Georgia?
He was erratic, as I recall, but there was never any questioning his arm talent.
Yeah.
Guy is a beast. At number 4, the NBA on Prime Video has some good matchups tonight in prime time. First game is Steph Curry and the Warriors playing Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks at 7:30. Later, the battle for Los Angeles takes place between the Clippers and the Lakers at 10 p.m.
Russ, you watch the NBA games this year?
No.
Bob, do you watch the NBA?
I watch a little. Not at this time of year. I'm a little more involved in the college stuff. But I like the NBA, particularly once they start getting to postseason. That's I think it's great at that point. But Golden State's in a little trouble though, man. Jimmy Butler out for the year. That's a big
tore
loss.
his ACL.
So you think that's going to be it for him?
I don't know.
And
then Walker, I didn't read it, but I saw a headline that there was chatter that Jeannie Buss actually considered trading LeBron James to the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Someone, blanking on their name right now, I'm going to go find it, did a really, really in-depth article about how Jeannie Buss, kind of around COVID and after the whole Bronny James thing, really soured on LeBron. And wanted to trade him, doesn't like him, all that stuff.
I wonder why.
You not a LeBron guy, Bob?
I'm totally fascinated with him, but I feel like he's kind of jumped the shark.
Hey, he's not the GOAT.
No, I would agree.
Jordan,
I don't disagree.
Kobe, we can have it.
Fantastic talent and a great player. Doesn't get his due for being the cerebral player that he is.
Yeah,
but
everything
ain't got that dog in it. And I don't even know if that's fair, but he wasn't on that level.
And everything's calculated with him, and it's usually...
He's always got to be on the best team.
I was going to say, and it's usually about what benefits him.
Yeah, Joe, you didn't see Jordan and Kobe just, one team. Players, I guess Jordan at the end, though.
And at number 5, Zach Clark isn't the first person ever to try using a potato as a gun silencer, but he recently became the first to have it legally approved as a silencer by the ATF. He reportedly did it to point out the absurdity of the law that allowed him to do it, a law that now allows anyone to submit their silencer designs regarding of how crazy they might be.
So the potato trick does work, huh?
You got it legally approved.
I mean, if it works, it's goofy, but it works and it's safe. What's the problem?
This is kind of a milquetoast story for Walker for his number 5.
It is a little...
Thought he was going to say the potato. He shot.
You feel like you had to take your foot off the gas a little bit.
Shot the potato into his crotch or something, and neutered himself, or
shot it into an old lady's temple, and then she fell off and landed on a cat.
Yeah, the cat was feral and infected 2,000 people afterwards.
Thank you, Walker.
Do my best. Look, they can't all be disgusting, rotten things to make you guys uncomfortable. Sometimes we just gotta
No, I'm glad that
Make your
good
layups.
taste prevailed for once. Thank you. Walker Smith, ladies and gentlemen, the Top 5 at 5 is brought to you by the Casual Pint, Lenore City. One more time, last promo. We'll do it tomorrow, okay? 3 to 6 live at the grand opening of the Casual Pint, Lenore City, Highway 321. Come on out, say hello, sample one of the 30 beers they've got on tap out there. Get yourself something to go. Have some pizza, some wings, something like that. Would love to see you tomorrow down at the grand opening of the Casual Pint, Lenore City. Cannot wait to get back to the LC. The text box, fan run comments are popping. Some good conversation this afternoon. I don't even know where to start here.
Is most of it about the biscuit muffin debate?
Some of that.
There's some.
Most of it's about you.
We got a fun one about your well-traveledness.
My favorite is Volpool. Is this what you're going to – Volpool?
No.
Volpool says, if there's one thing in this world I'm absolutely sure of, it's that Bear would hate the movie Begonia.
I don't know, man. I like Jesse Plemons and what's the young lady's name? Is it Emma
Stone?
Emma Stone. I saw the extended trailer for it. It looks a little freaky, but I don't know. I kind of like weird stuff like that. Unless it's just like you tell me it's a horrible ending, I'm gonna cry. I probably don't want to watch it. I don't like sad stuff.
I don't know much about the movie. I mean, I've heard it's good, but
I just heard I love Jesse Plemons.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
Yeah. Did you guys see Civil War with him?
No.
He's got an uncredited role
It's
in
on
that.
should I? Is it good? I heard some people say it's great. Some people say it's the worst piece of crap they've ever seen.
Yes. But his performance lasts like maybe 5 minutes. I didn't realize he was married to Kirsten Dunst. She's in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he plays a really good psycho.
Jeremy says Bear takes one trip in 15 years, and now all of a sudden he's well-traveled.
That's not altogether true. And so that's the other thing. I never said I didn't like road trips.
You leave the state lines for once since the Reagan administration, and all of a sudden you're coming on here like Anthony Bourdain.
I said I didn't like traveling and never would with you. Mainly because I will never ride with you driving again.
This is such a weird take. Everybody here's ridden with me. You're the only one that complains.
Yeah, maybe they like speed.
Hey, the bread thing
Russ
is
Verstappen.
still in play. Brad and La Follette says crescent rolls have entered the chat.
Oh, man, love me a good crescent. Like out of the tube that you
I'm assuming,
oh, those
yeah.
are so good.
What about where do we stand as a show on croissants?
Incredible.
Love
if done right,
croissants, yeah.
croissants are fantastic.
You're at a Cronut?
Cronut's
Yeah.
good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Justin Hanna says, if I had to choose, I would eat a piece of drywall over an English muffin.
Yeah, you do.
That's the
you
spirit.
do you, Justin.
The great American spirit.
And then there's
I mean, he looks like hey, Justin. I mean, no offense, but you look like the kind of guy that eat cold ravioli out of the can.
Whoa.
Just go throw it out there.
Hey, and we've, by the way, I've converted somebody. He didn't leave his name, but he's from the 865, and he says, dude, like that bread move that Bob has, carve it out. Nice. And then I said, it's the only way to roll, man. And he said, you have a convert. So see, we're
sounds fake.
We're helping people.
Well, no, I mean, there's like, honest to God, like if you go to New York, there's some sandwich shops up there. They're putting so much stuff on them. You kind of have to get rid of that inside of the bread to make room for all like the meats.
Right. Yeah. But I don't take out the bottom bun because you still need something to soak up any of the dressings.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you seen the sandwich where they chop? Like they lay it out like a regular sandwich. They put the mustard or mayonnaise, whatever. And they grab out this gigantic knife and just chop it up until it's like a chicken salad consistency. And then they put it on the roll.
No. But I believe you. I mean, I just
There's
haven't
chopped cheese sandwiches, roast beef sandwiches.
Coastal Vol says, could all the poop in the streets of San Francisco be an issue for the 49ers?
Have you seen this pile of crap?
Well, considering their facilities like what, Walker? Like
It's nowhere close to San Francisco.
Santa Clara is how far?
Santa Clara. It's like an hour.
Brad and LaFollette says, Bear is the Rick Steves of Fan Run Radio.
Number one, I don't know who that is,
I don't
but that's
know who
pretty
that
rich coming from A hill jack from La Follette, Brad.
There's actually, I feel like there's a lot of potential, some sort of fan run content here where we have Bear travel to far distant places, send a camera crew with them.
Sign me up.
And just walk in like some random gas station. What you got in this cooler over here? Ice cream sandwiches?
So that'd be so great.
random.
You got how long those hot dogs been on those rollers?
Rick Steves is a best-selling travel writer, TV personality, and activist who focuses on Europe and North America. There we go.
I follow him on X.
Do
Pretty
you really?
Fun. Yeah.
I was
What's
not
this guy's
familiar
name?
with the guy. Rick Steves.
Yeah, he's a travel enthusiast.
He's figured out how to travel and get paid to do it. That'd be a pretty good gig.
Not bad.
Nope.
865-966-3435, your phone number to get on board, 966-3435. We go open lines the rest of the way. Stay tuned. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
It's not nice. People are so mean. Welcome back. The Drive continues. Fan Run Radio. Thursday afternoon edition of the show. Get your thoughts on the red carpet thing.
Yeah.
So your claim is you invented the pregame show at the Oscars.
So here's the deal.
I mean, I'll Google you if you want me to.
Yeah, that's fine. Do what you want. Back in the day when I was working at E, they were wanting to cover the major award shows. They did not have the money to get the rights to those award shows, right? Because they couldn't compete with ABC. They were a startup cable network. And I was of the mind of, why don't we do something like the pregame shows like they do for sporting events? Nobody's doing that right now. We'll do the red carpet coverage.
And nobody had done it.
I
thought people did that. I thought they did that since the 70s or 80s.
No.
Wait a minute, Russ.
No, there's red carpet that happens, but it's never been televised as a show.
Russ, Bob has an IMDb page. Are you familiar with them?
I mean, yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, I Googled you, Bob.
No. Sorry.
Wow.
Bob's just trying to play it off to kind of a big deal.
No, I mean, so
you convinced them, hey, let's go set up some cameras.
It was me and this other gentleman, John Reiber. Shout out to John, who's still a good friend, and he's living the high life. He's
and you're in here with me.
Yeah, he's the husband of the executive producer of the Kelly Clarkson show. So he's like I said, living the good life. But yeah, we went in and pitched it, and we got it, and then now the rest is history. I mean, now everybody does it. We were doing it long before ABC was doing it, who had the rights to the award shows.
E was doing it.
E was doing it.
And you got to go?
Yeah. For all of them. It wasn't just the
most famous person you ever met at the Oscars.
At the Oscars, got to meet both Eastwood and Hackman.
Whoa.
Out on us.
Off the heels of
nice.
The Unforgiven.
Unforgiven?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies.
Saw him in Trader Vic's after the...
What was Gene Hackman's character's name in that?
Little Bill.
That's it.
I'm here to kill you, Little Bill, for what you done to Ned.
I don't know. What was the Eastwood movie he did where he was like a raging racist, but he was still Clint Eastwood?
Oh, Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Yeah. That may have been his best role.
Great movie.
Met Letterman at the Emmys.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch. I mean,
you all talk about Indiana stuff?
Yep. We both worked at the same TV station, different times.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my entree to him. That softened
Muncie?
him up. Indianapolis.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Ball State, but he's from Indy.
I mean, obviously. I mean, he owns a team.
Any starlets?
Trollops.
Maybe a young Sandy Bullock?
No, I'm trying to think. Honestly, yeah. Now that you mention it, it's been mostly dudes.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's been mostly dudes.
Did you meet any of the Whack Pack when you were working with Stern?
Yeah.
What's Beetlejuice?
Nope, he came after me.
Stuttering John?
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
Oh, just
John Melendez?
Yeah, met him.
So were you working there when was it Sophia Loren or Raquel Welch that about whipped his ass?
I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, no, I saw it was Raquel Welch. He followed her through a parking lot, stuck a microphone in her face, and asked her, "Are they sagging yet?"
Tell you,
and she started beating on him with her purse.
The prettiest woman I've worked with that was, and I mean, she's familiar to many, was Eva LaRue. If you ever heard that name, she was like on one of the NCIS or Dangerous Minds NCIS, and her claim to fame before she became a big deal was she was married to John O'Hurley, which is Jay Peterman.
Oh, okay.
It was a sturdy poplin fabric.
Yeah.
It was in East Burma.
Elaine.
She's married to Jay Peterman from 92 to 94. Boy, that must have been a tumultuous relationship.
Yeah.
And then she married John Callahan from All My Children. Like the next year, 2 years later.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood people. They just get married and divorced again.
Remember Chesney was married to Renee Zellweger.
You'd think they'd learn.
For what, like 6 months or something?
I don't know, less than that. It was like 6 weeks. Jamie is next. Good afternoon, Jamie. You're on the drive. Fan Run Radio.
Who was it that Brad Pitt's wife married? Angelina Jolie married some dude.
She was with Billy Bob Thornton
Billy
for
Bob
a while.
Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton and Julie. Let's see. the girl from.
She also kissed her brother. Was that at the Academy Awards or the Emmys or Golden
Yeah.
Globes? You remember that?
Who
Yeah.
Not in a brotherly kind, sisterly kind of way. It's kind of.
And,
Would you kiss her on the mouth if she were your sister?
Hell no. She must. You did take. No, that's gross.
would you, Russ?
I don't know. I never had a sister. I don't know what that's like.
Oh,
Horrifying.
my goodness. And what was that chick that married the guy with the crazy hair, the singer, the chick that was in that movie with Richard Gere? She was a hooker.
Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett.
Yeah. Guys, I hate that I've missed so much of the show today, and I can't wait to go back and listen to the podcast. I have no idea how we got here, but I'm interested to hear it.
It's been a long and winding
Bob,
road, Jamie.
Yeah, I was going to say, Bob, your life is fascinating, man. The late great Gene Hackman and Clint Eastwood, man. You can just bury me now, dude. That would have been, take me out now. That's,
Bob Baskerville, low key, most interesting man in the world. Did you see they brought back that campaign? The same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really? No, I have not seen that.
That's a great
He's
campaign.
much older now, but he's still
the most interesting man in the world.
He's like in his backyard, and then he like grabs a rope or something and gets carried off by a hot air balloon, and he's back, just like that.
I wonder if that's building up to a big Super Bowl ad.
I'm sure it is.
Well, guys, like I said, I didn't get to hear a lot of the show today, but y'all were talking. I did catch y'all were talking about the reports about the 49ers are going to do some investigation into the power hub next to them to see if that's got anything to do with what's causing injuries. My question to you guys is, wonder what's going to happen if they find out that it is related. Will we see all the power hubs in the United States of America moved underground, or what are they going to do? I mean, you can't just fix
Keep
it
building.
for a protein.
Here's what they'll do. They'll just do what they've been doing and look and see how many schools are built near those things. They just use it for cheap government projects.
I always wonder about this. I mean, what do you think it did to us working out in the bomb shelter right next to that big old transmitter for 5 years?
I wouldn't worry so much about the transmitter so much as when Kevin told me that everything in that one room with the deadly current was also packed with PCB liquid.
What's that?
Like one of the most carcinogenic substances they've ever discovered.
I mean, sure, you and I might be completely impotent, but our child-rearing years are well behind us. What about young men like Walker Smith or Big John Reed out there? Might want to procreate one day.
Young Rick Butler. I think the bigger problem out there was when those two, I can't remember exactly who it was. Remember the two young boys that were spraying Roundup everywhere and had it all over them and all over the inside of the damn station?
Yeah, now that I think about it, it might actually not be a bad thing if fan-run personnel can't procreate going forward.
I mean, I don't know what you're worried about. I remember I've got a memory like a steel trap like you, Russ. I remember a few years ago when they were bringing up the ground-up tires in the new artificial. You seem to scoff at the idea of a little cancer floating around with those.
Everything
with
gives you
those
cancer.
fields.
What about the old veteran stadium? Like all the guys that were on the Phillies back in the day.
Well, they all died of brain cancer, aren't they?
Well, there's Tug McGraw died of something like that.
Yeah, blastoma.
Did Lenny Dykstra or Darren Dalton have something
Lenny
similar?
Dykstra's still okay. There's a list of those guys.
But there's a bunch of guys that played at Veteran Stadium, and they found that like the old turf, not the stuff with the rubber pellets in it and looks like grass, but just the hard painted concrete green turf had some sort of chemical in it that is
radon or
really
something?
bad for you.
So, Barry, you're my age. Did you ever get down on the stadium?
The
on the
old
field when, before.
Yeah, it was like that was indoor
like
outdoor
spongy?
carpet. No,
Yeah. There wasn't much. There wasn't any give to that either. I remember those.
there wasn't any give, and it was if you like slipped and fell on that stuff, it was like taking a belt sander to you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That stuff was nasty, and it kind of smelled.
Yeah, that was back when, I don't know if they still do it, but they let you out there on the field for the orange and white game, for the spring game. Come down and get autographs from the players. And
I mean, hell, after
they
the
out-
games when we were kids, you could go
Yeah,
down to
just
the
go
field.
out there and throw football.
Yeah, after the games until they ran you out of there.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't think you can do that anymore, can you?
Yeah, I'm sure not with the real grass. I'd say they won't that, but yeah, man, that was something I guess our youth that these guys today don't get to enjoy. But yeah, man, I tell you what, I don't know how much of a part, but it certainly played a part in my fanhood. You know, getting to go down there and when I'm 7, 8, 9 years old, getting to look up at the stadium from the field. That's pretty cool. That's a view. The context of that is something else for anybody who's ever been over there. Man, get down on that field and turn around, look up at the wall of seats around you, and be like, "Oh, okay, I see why it's hell to come in here and play." It's daunting. You feel like you're down in the pit. But I just saw that on ESPN the other day, guys, and I was just curious what y'all's take on it about the 49ers and they want to find out what's going on. And I was thinking, well, what if they do find out that that's related? I mean, what are they going to do? They can't just.
My guess is they would build a new
facility
facility because, like, you're not at the game long enough for it to remember. But players stay at the facility all day. That could probably be an issue, and maybe you just build a new practice facility somewhere else.
Well, I was excited to see how the strength and conditioning coach came over less than 24 hours after hoisting the trophy and went right to work. You got to love that, man. That might be the most important piece on that coaching staff. It just like you guys were stating earlier, just what a soft team we've had this year. To get back to where we were as a team. It just seemed like that was something that you never had to worry about under Majors and even Fulmer, about the players playing, like it meant something to them. And that was something this year, Russ, we brought up a time or two about watching. And even last year with Haddon, trying to hip check a guy running down the field at Florida. That's not UT football, man. That's not how we do it here. It should be unacceptable.
Where did he end up, by the way?
Kamal Ben Haddon, he's in the NFL. I think he plays for the Packers.
Did he get hurt?
I believe so.
Okay.
Well, all right, guys. I'm about to go in here and get, as you say, Russ, get my milk from my milk sandwiches, and hopefully we can we'll survive this snowmageddon and get back together later. Y'all hang in there.
All right, thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to get on board. 966-3435. Yeah, again, we talked about the strength coach earlier, and nobody wants to make too big a deal of a 30-second social media video clip. But it does feel like there's a sense of urgency around Tennessee football in this offseason, and not just with that video and the strength coach, but with some of the hires and some of the interviews you're seeing with players.
It's big.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
except for quarterback,
Butch Jones toward the end and maybe even Dooley to a lesser extent didn't fully grasp the level to which they were failing. Now, Josh Heupel's already succeeded wildly beyond anything that Butch or Dooley ever – so I don't want to, put him in that group. But part of the reason why is he clearly understands what's at stake here, and that the way last season played out, unacceptable, and changes have to come.
For me, it wasn't even real. I mean, that Vanderbilt game left a really bad taste. I'll never feel okay about it. But for me, the overall indictment on last year was the fact we didn't beat a team with a winning record. We were a bad football team last year.
Yeah, by Tennessee standards, bad for sure.
And could have easily, there are a couple of games, that Mississippi State game could have easily gone south.
Also could have beaten Georgia.
DR Vol in the text box says, Bob, that's cool you invented a red carpet event and all, but have you ever discharged a firearm in the workplace like Bear or Dwight Schrute?
I didn't say that, Bear.
It wasn't would you ever leave a gun around here with me? Like just laying out on a desk?
You asking me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
I felt like it was a setup. The red button, setup.
They set you up for that to happen.
Best Actor in a Leading Role. Oscar nominees this year: Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme.
He's fantastic in that movie.
DiCaprio, One Battle After Another.
That's who I'd vote for.
It's the only one.
Ethan Hawke. That's not going to stop Bear from voting. The fact that he hasn't seen any of the performances is not going to stop Bear from rendering an opinion, Walker. How long have you been sitting next to him now?
I don't know who Timothée Chalamet is.
Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon. Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. And Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent.
Has everyone here seen Sinners?
No, I don't like scary movies.
None of y'all have seen that?
No.
I love Michael B. Jordan.
I intend to, but
you
I
guys
haven't
got to
seen it.
watch that movie.
No, I fully intend
It's
to.
not a horror movie. It's just more of like a.
It's got vampires in it?
So this Hamnet.
No, it's not.
Hamnet is a period piece, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Costumes and lighting and all. I love me a good period piece, man. Anything about like English, Renaissance, Middle Ages, anywhere, and anything before like 1800, I'm there.
You like The Crown, though, and that was pretty. I mean, that was about the royals.
I mean, I like other things too, but I like especially the older period pieces. Good stuff. You give me some guys walking around in chainmail with swords, lopping each other's heads off. Whoo! I'm entertained.
Yeah.
Excalibur. Did you watch that?
No.
Surprised I didn't see the Long Walk get a lot of love from the Academy. If any of you guys heard or saw
Was
about
that the Stephen King thing where they can't stop walking?
It was absolutely phenomenal movie.
I haven't seen it. My impression, though, was that was very much not a award type movie. Some of these movies, like you make a movie about the writing of Hamlet, like you're trying to get Oscar buzz, right? You know, some of these movies, a little pretentious in their scope at times.
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
Which I think is a big... Like, people just don't go to these things anymore. I was listening to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. They were on Rogan's podcast. Anybody see any of that? Hear any of that?
Did not.
No.
But they were just talking about, like, first of all, it's just not profitable anymore. Because people aren't going to movies and like they once did. It's for a variety of reasons. It's too expensive. It's too time-consuming, COVID, whatever. And so... Hollywood is not greenlighting movies anymore unless they're a big superhero flick that's guaranteed to do a big box office number, or unless it's stuff like this that is geared towards Oscar season buzz. Yeah. Everything else is just straight to...
I've heard. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen the trailer for it. His movie, I think it's a Netflix movie.
The Rip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost watched that last night. It looks really good.
Damon looks... pretty serious in it. I don't know.
It gives me major The Town vibes.
I love The Town. I watched that repeatedly.
Cops and robbers.
Jeremy Renner is absolutely mental in The Town.
Yeah.
Love
you want to?
I haven't seen it.
You want to help me? Go hurt.
Oh, you haven't seen The Town?
Somebody?
No, you'd love it.
I would.
Oh, yeah. It's even got some big, I won't spoil it, but big scene at Fenway Park.
Love that.
Yeah,
it's just another Boston movie.
It's a big homage.
It's like the Boston
big
movie,
Boston
pretty much.
movie.
Big homage
It's got
to
a
Boston.
pretty surprisingly pretty unreal cast.
Yeah.
What's the all-time best Boston movie? Departed?
I might vote for The Town. Yeah. I mean, The Departed's great, but
Good Will Hunting.
That's
is the answer.
I'd say Departed's better than...
I love The Departed,
Good Will
but
Hunting.
Good Will Hunting is so good.
You see that movie Spotlight about the...
Yeah.
I did not hear about it, but I heard it was really good.
I didn't see it, but yeah.
Black Mass with Johnny Depp about Whitey Bulger.
That
It's
was
a good
good.
one.
Well, bad. Plemons was in that one, too. Played kind of a nut job. Now that I think about it, other than Friday Night Lights, that guy usually is pretty much either a psycho or, some kind of whack job.
Mystic River, speaking of Eastwood. That was pretty dark.
Was that the one with Casey? Casey Affleck? Or no, what was the name of that one?
Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Oh, that was one of the saddest things you'll ever see.
It won Oscars.
Gut-wrenching.
That one
yeah.
won Oscars. Haven't seen that one.
That was a tough watch.
That's one that you got to
You psych yourself up for it. You'll be ready.
Yeah, you got to mentally be prepared for it.
Quick timeout. Final segment coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board, 966-3435. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey, craft beer fans, join us this Friday afternoon for a live broadcast of The Drive at the grand opening of the Casual Pint's newest location on Highway 321 in Lenoir City. We'll be broadcasting live from 3 to 6, celebrating East Tennessee's newest craft beer paradise, the Casual Pint, Lenoir City. Come on out and sample a cold beverage and try something from their full food menu featuring brats, burgers, pizzas, and wings. They've got over 30 beers on tap with everything from lagers and pilsners to sours and IPAs and stouts, porters, and brown ales. Want something to go? Check out their singles cooler and create your own six-pack or get a growler fill on your way out the door. It's the grand opening of the Casual Pint Lenoir City, live this Friday from 3 to 6 here on Fan Run Radio, Highway 321 in Lenoir City. Be there.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready to make your dream home a reality? Hi, I'm Bo Kregner, and here at the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, we know that finding the perfect home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding your sanctuary, your future, your happiness. Our team is dedicated to guiding you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and stress-free journey towards home ownership. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're here to help. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or just visit us online at bonowshouses.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Bob Baskerville has left the building.
Bummed me out, man. Like the fun's over.
He saw Joshy Boy on the color sheet and said, yeah, I'm good.
He did not.
Actually, he's got to get to the arena. 6:30 tip. Lady Vols in Kentucky. Basket Bob
His
on the scene.
seats. Big time Bob.
Google him.
Google me, Bob.
I can't believe you never Googled Bob before. You know what a big deal he is?
I mean, I kind of knew and everything, but he's never really, I mean, he's just like, he's acting a little bit smarter than the rest of us that work here at Fan Run, but, I mean, like, there's a difference. I mean, I know, you can look at his sled and know he's been successful.
You think he's smarter than most of the people? Well, that's...
I mean, it's a low bar.
Fan Run Radio, yeah.
I mean, you're considered one of our best and brightest, and I mean, you've said some really stupid things over here. Not as many as me, I'll admit, but you're not exactly known for your rocket surgery.
Did we have a no-call, no-show on the morning show today? Is that what I'm led to believe?
Yes.
Tired of our guys getting smashed down there.
Not really sure. Said he felt awful, though. I'll be sure if he
felt awful, that's why he didn't come in, or felt awful because he didn't come in?
That was my question. The response I got from the parties involved was not sure.
It's a great question.
Joshy boy, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
What's up, guys? How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. So, Russ, who would you rather the Titans draft with the fourth pick? Reuben Bain or Cardinal Tate if you had the pick?
Oh man, that's tough. I'd probably lean to Bain. I mean, and I could be easily swayed the other way, but I just feel like you're bringing in Robert Saleh as a defensive-minded head coach to install a defensive mindset. Go ahead and get an elite pass rusher if that's what you think Reuben Bain is. Just because you're an elite pass rusher at the college level doesn't mean it's going to translate.
Right.
But by the way, I saw where James Pierce today named one of the finalists for NFC Rookie of the Year, or maybe NFL Rookie of the Year.
Oh, nice.
So
defensive
pass rushers just make an impact, and I know we need receiver. And you got Cam Ward here, and he needs to be nurtured, and weapons need to be put around him. I could really go either way, but like gun to my head, I guess I would lean towards edge rusher.
Right. Could you imagine Bain next to Big Jeff and Tavondre Sweat? That's going to be a very good tandem.
Yeah, and I mean that's part of the thing that Saleh and whoever he chooses as offensive coordinator are going to have to evaluate, and Borgonzi will be involved in these conversations as well, certainly. But it's like, what's the need? And as we talked with Lucas Panzica, like a lot of this is going to be determined by what they can get done in free agency. Can you get Jawan Jennings? Can you get another A-list receiver? Do you feel good enough about Io Manor and DK? And like, what are you going to do with Calvin Ridley? I mean, you got to answer all these questions, and then, okay, maybe you feel better about receiver, and that allows you to go edge rusher. A corner is another big need for this team. Maybe you can address that through free agency. Maybe you can't. Maybe you get your free agency, your edge rusher in free agency, and you do draft Carnell Tate.
Maybe you could get a D'Angelo Ponce from Indiana, like in the third or fourth
round.
round.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a first-round guy, but football player. Cortland Finnegan vibes with that dude, right?
Cortland Finnegan.
So,
he wasn't
guys,
afraid to scrap.
No, he wasn't. Guys, let me ask you this. Who do you guys think our leader is on the basketball team? Because I asked myself this the other night, and is it Gillespie? Is it Amen? Is it Carey? I don't know.
I don't know either, Joshy boy. It's such a great question, and it just underscores the difficulty you have replacing. Last year it was Ziegler's team. Meshack unquestionably had a huge voice in all that, but it was Ziegler's team, and you knew that was the leadership structure of the team. And this year, like, you don't know. Like, Gillespie's probably the most experienced guy, but he hasn't been here. He's not a program culture guy just because he hasn't been here.
Right.
Same thing with Ament. And those are your two best players. But, Boswell is kind of a culture guy. So is Akpara. But they're not productive enough to carry that voice that Ziegler and Meshack had. So I think that's a huge problem that we probably don't talk about enough.
So I know you guys expressed this the other day about Bediako getting to come back and play for Alabama. I just think it's stupid how a player can do that and a judge. Well, I know he got the preliminary injunction, right, to come back?
Yes.
That is just stupid, guys. And out the door, I'm living in my fears that I think the judge is going to rule not in favor of Joey 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, all the tea leaves certainly point to that. I mean, we can hold out a glimmer of hope, I suppose, but I'm kind of I'm already in the McIntyre mindset, man.
I'm still holding out hope for Joey. The weirdest part about the Aguilar thing is, and I looked it up just to check, and damned if it isn't, it's the same judge that granted Pavia the injunction that allowed him to play this past year. It's the same exact argument. Same exactly. This is the same judge.
What is the argument?
Junior college doesn't count.
3 years.
He's only
Pavia
played
1 year at New Mexico and then 2 at Vandy. Aguilar played 2 at Appy State and 1 year here.
Yes.
And they played they both played 2 years of JUCO ball, right?
Yes.
One of which was a red shirt.
But I'm not sure on that. All I know is that Aguilar has only played 3 years of Division I college
because
football.
if JUCO counts, that would be 5 years.
Right.
Which you can't do.
Yeah.
Now.
But they let Diego Pavia play. And it would the most, I can understand is different judges are going to interpret the law in different ways. I mean, I understand that, but it's the same damn judge. Why is it okay for this guy? And it's not a Tennessee and Vanderbilt thing.
Well,
just help me understand how you can rule in favor
it's
of
a
this
consistency thing. Like I'll tell you what, I'm with Joshy Boy. I don't like any of this. I don't think Bediako should be able to play. I don't think that Pavia should have been able to play. I really don't think Aguilar should be ready to play. But Pavia did play, and so I think you could certainly – if it's apples to apples, maybe there's something we don't know about the JUCO thing, but we think it's apples to apples, then Aguilar should probably be allowed to play because, look, all this stuff is about money, right? Bediako is saying – I'm making $50,000 a year toiling in the G League. I could make $1 million playing at Alabama, and so you are harming me. You're impeding my ability to earn a living. The same thing Pavia said, like, I'm not going to the NFL, but Vandy's going to pay me 7 figures to play, and Joey Aguilar ain't going to the NFL either. He might get a cup of coffee in camp somewhere, but he's not an NFL QB. But if he's granted eligibility here, he's immediately making at least $2 million, if not more, next year. So, there's sense of urgency, right?
Yes, 100%. The one that I talked off the air with Torres about and Kennedy Chandler and how he technically, Kennedy fits into this window. The needle, the eye of the needle.
But he played in the NBA.
But he actually played, he played games in the NBA. But then the other thing that Aaron and I were talking about was the fact that there may be nobody that missed out an opportunity more than Kennedy, because if the NIL then was like it is now, he probably stays here for 4 years and probably walks out of Tennessee with $14 to $16 million in pocket.
Dave on the YouTube chat says Barnes and his coaching staff have to have a better grasp and relationship with their current players. Losing Awaka and Adu last year, zero excuse to have miscommunication with your players.
I mean, the only thing I'll speak up in defense of Barnes on that one is Adu was looking for he knew he wasn't going to the NBA. He was looking for a big payday. I guess we weren't going to pay it. Awaka thought he was going to stay, so he bounced. And as soon as he bounces, Adu bounced. Wasn't that how it all went down?
I believe that's the narrative out there. Who knows how true that is? But I would just say, generally speaking, I mean, I believe that and I've been close to this program for a long time. I've seen different levels of relationships and trust between players and the coaching staff. Barnes has by far been the best that we've ever had here, ever. And I wasn't around for the Ray Mears days, but I can't imagine, like, the players, the parents, like all the lovey-dovey stuff of, like, we're here to develop your son and stuff, like that's the best. But it's still 2025, and these kids have agents, and they're being pulled in a direction, all sorts of directions. Very few of these guys are going to play in the NBA. And so it's like, oh, you're making $1 million this year playing at Tennessee. I can get you $2 million if you hop in the portal. We'll go somewhere else. And so it's $1 million difference, and these kids are going to take that. And quite frankly, most of us would as well. It's like $1 million is $1 million. It's a lot of money to the average person.
Life-changing.
So I don't know that you put it on Barnes either. All right, we got to get up on out of here. Josh Elander in this space tomorrow. Very excited about that. And, of course, we'll be live at the Casual Pints grand opening in Lenore City, Highway 321. Come on out and see us then. For Bear and Walker and Bob, I'm Russell. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The Drive.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of The Clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able